1, 2, Chuffy, 1, 2. What you gonna say? What you gonna do? Who? What you gonna say? What you gonna do? I like you, but I love my crew. Who? What you gonna say? What you gonna do? Who? Don't get Dex. No, don't bother. Hi, you with Scotty Arty. I'm Ganji Kid. It's midnight. It's always midnight. This is your right ear.
I feel like running.
This is your left ear. She feels like running. I'm the Gravekeeper. I'm running the show. Do the sound check. I'm the Gravekeeper. I'm running the show. Yep, it works. We're on the old setup, but the new setup's just over there. The new setup's just over there. New PC, all that. Yeah, oh, brilliant. Got to get little bit by little bit. New monitor. I need to get 2 monitors. The things I didn't know. Things I didn't know. I'm going to get bit, step by step on the old setup today. Lovely PlayStation. Managed to pay for that because of the tippies and chippies. Lovely new setup. Managed to pay for that because of the tippies and chippies. So grateful to you. So grateful to you. We're doing Genshin Impact. We're straight into it. No messing. We're straight into it. What we're doing today is... we've got to talk to Jean. She's in there. She wants us to finish off.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
That's exactly right, Amber. She wants us to finish off this bit of the prologue. Jean's... Jean needs talking to. We need to talk to Jean. But we're not doing that yet. Because we're... having a look out over Mondstat. Aren't you, Amber? Having a look out over Mondstat. And Shadow over Mondstat. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to get on with that. Story quests. We were locked out because we're not Adventure Rank 26. World quests. There's still a couple of these. There's always going to be a few of these, I think. But we did a few last episode. We picked up another couple. So, we're going to do the main one today. Shadow over Mondstat. But before we do... let me just show you something on the map. Over in Mondstat, our favourite place. Since I levelled the world up, a few new things have appeared. Last episode we unlocked all this space. Ooh, lots of things to look at. Ooh, interesting. Other things have appeared though. We've unlocked things like this, unknown. Little spiral abyss we can get ourselves into. We've unlocked a few more of these elemental challenges. Valley of Remembrance we can get ourselves into now. At level 25. Alright, we can't get ourselves in there quite yet. But another couple of these have opened. And I noticed the bosses have appeared on the map. So up here we've got an amino hypostasis codename Beth. An animo entity. We've got something else over here. An electro hypostasis electro entity. And earlier on in the game, I found this cryo Regisvine, King Cryovine, and I fell down this like cavern hole thing into this dell, and there was a massive one of these chuffers, so I ran off. But now I think we're tough, so I think we go back and knock it out. So I think that's what we're going to do first. We're going to go and kill a boss, 40 resin, kill a boss. I've already done my little bit of running about, my little, what do you call them? I've already done my daily... let's teleport out into the field. I've already done my daily commissions, and I was doing them on the new setup, learning the Asada keys. It's an interesting, different way to play. Thought I'd give it a bit of a go. I'm not as hardcore. And what happened, I'll quickly show you, is that to upgrade Rosaria... where is she? There she is. To ascend Rosaria, which I did, I needed some bits and pieces. And the bits and pieces that I needed were on some enemies. They dropped from enemies that were over here. It told me on the map. I'd looked at what the bits and pieces were that I was missing, and it said, oh, they dropped from these enemies. So I went over there to the enemies and, you know, knocked the shit out of them. But it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. It was a bit of a chuffer. And that was quite fun. It was like a mini boss in itself. So I think we should go over there and show you those enemies maybe today if we get to. But there's nothing quick for me to teleport over there to. I'd have to teleport to here and then climb up and go all the way over. But, you know, we should pop over there and show you them at some point because it was loads of fun. And what I'm realising is that I'm only just covering the early part of this game, and that when you start unlocking all this stuff, I didn't realise the enemies would be so varied and so interesting. So we'll go over there and show you them. I also think that our new character, which we don't have yet... What do you mean new character which you don't have yet? We got a new character... There she is. Look at that, Rosaria. We've got a new character, Rosaria. She's cryo. She's cool. She's a nun. She's a polearm. We're using her. We also got Lisa. We still like Lisa. Still like Lisa. And Noelle. We got her from our first set of 3 wishes, didn't we? So we've got a couple of characters now. But we got Rosaria by getting lucky. Check out the last episode. Check it. Anyway, look. We got her by getting lucky. But we've just been introduced to a new person. And on the events thing. She's on the events thing, yeah.
Hello,
just introduced...
nice to meet you. My name is Xiangling. I'm a chef from Liyue. My favorite place is the chicken.
Liyue?
I mean, the kitchen. Oh, I practice so hard, but I still get nervous when introducing myself.
Okay, so I've got to get to floor 3, chamber 3 to get Xiangling. So she's available to us. So I'd quite like to do that today as well. And what I did think is... That's in the abyss. What I did think is... Amber. What I did think was that the new place on the map, because you do a little quest, you get introduced to Xiangling, and then you're like over here opening up this bit of the map. So I think the new bit of the map is quite Xiangling oriented. Those bosses that I had to... They weren't bosses, they were just enemies. But those enemies I had to fight over here that were tough earlier in the day while I was doing my dailies, they would have been easier if I had Xiangling. What's this in here? Look. Condensed hydro. Water. So that's good with electricity and fire, isn't it? So again, Xiangling would do for that. So I think we need to get Xiangling before we push on with the story. So that's what we're on to today. I said I'd get straight into it. I have done talking, but I'm showing you what we're doing, so that counts. It's alright to do that. That's fine. Now we're going to get over here. We're going to have a pop at that thing. So before we do, let's just check I've got the right people in the team. Party setup. Party setup's when you get your hats out and get your doo-doo, get ready for that. Hide behind the door, and when they come in, go boo. I mean, party, surprise. You're happy. Be happy for them when they come through the door. Scare them, but also happy. Scare them in a happy way. We're going to fight something which is ice. So I don't know if you want to take ice, but I also know, because I'm getting used to a little bit now, switching through. On the keyboard, on the PC, it's a lot easier to switch through your characters during combat. So I'm getting used to switching through. And if something's ice and I melt it with Amber, then I can freeze it with Rosaria. So she's actually quite handy. But the same token, if it's ice and she's ice, she's a bit useless. Whereas once it's water, I can still electrify it. So I think we're going to switch her out for Lisa.
Here, let me help you.
And I put Gravekeeper back to Animo power rather than Rock power, because Rock power is rubbish. But I'm starting to think as well, as the game goes on, I'm going to fall into a bit of a groove with some of these characters. But also I should really experiment with the other combinations. So it's going to get really interesting. So at the moment we've only got 4 plus 1. You know, we've only got one option to swap in and out. I know I've got Kaya, and I know I'm going to have to level him up now for the 3 wishes, but he's not my favourite. He was condescending to us when we met him, and he stood too close to Amber. So that's our squad then. That'll do. I think that'll do. I think that'll be okay. And we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Having a good look around, aren't you, Amber? Where's the objective? She's in north, isn't it? Just up there. North by east. Northeast. North by northeast, yeah. Okie dokie. Picking a pokey. Oh, little cat down there. You're right, cat. I nearly trod on your foot then. My old fatty catty is having to lie down by my feet. Did I check I was not out of sync? 1, 2, check. Did I check I was... Yeah, we're all good in the hood. And before we go and do that one thing, there's only one further thing to say, which is that Genshin Impact is a really good game. One of the best games I've played since I've been streaming. One of the best games I've played ever. Probably quite close to being one of the best games I've ever played, actually, yeah. To be fair. What's going on here? I've already done this, haven't I? Have I? It looks like I've lit up all the torches before and had my little freebie here, doesn't it? Or am I supposed to put them out? Because I don't know what I've done. I can't remember. Maybe I've lit them before and had my little freebie. Maybe I'm supposed to put them
Bet
out.
you can't keep up with me.
No, you don't. You're not required to put things out often, are you? I know I haven't got a cryo on me now, so let's just get on with it. Of course, I'll be picking up these free bits. That's mine. That's mine. And there's a crystal flight. It's in the wrong direction, but I'm having it. Well done, Amber. Good catch. Now, this is what happened last time. Is I just fell down this chuffing hole by mistake. So where is it? Right, there's one of those chuffers over there. There's a little baby one there. This is our warm-up. Already going badly. Drop that right on top of it. So you can't even see it. There we go.
I'll race you there.
Will you? So that's it. Look, we knock it down to melt. And then we can get in and give it a right chopping. Nice. That's the general principle of what we're going to be doing, but it's going to be a much bigger enemy. It's just down here somewhere. I fell down. There it is, look. Down there. Look, you see that down there? That chuffer. That's what I'm going to... That's what I'm going to be having a Barney with. I've set it off now. I could have crept in there. Do you think I can kill it like this? 26 at a time. Probably not. I've got to get in there and have a crack though. I mean, I think I'm tough. I'm not major tough. I haven't upgraded my weapons for a little while, but I just think I've got to get in there and have a crack. Should we do it? Not everyone's got their charge on. Oh, go Amber, let's go. She's the gliding champion of Mondstat. She don't take no shit. Look, maybe I should have used the opportunity to get a downward strike on it, but here we are now anyway. It's kicked off. Anyway, it's kicked off, look. It's well cross. But we did just kill one of these in our last little quest line. Whoa, whoa.
No escape.
Have a bit of that. Melt you. That's it, and then...
Steady as stone.
I'm not doing much damage. But we did kill one of these
Prepare to be blown away.
in the last quest. Maybe I should try and be Lisa. Oh, no.
Bet you can't keep up with me. Go, Barrington. Not so
Ah.
hard.
Unstable element started something near its corolla. I don't know what that means. Just trying to flame the thing down. Missed it. I'm an idiot. Amber's nearly dead.
Leave it all to me. Let's spark things up a little.
Go on, Lisa. Oh no, Amber's nearly dead, and we need Amber because she's the fire one. Come on, Amber. No damage there, look.
Someone needs
No damage at all. Oh, get out of the way, run.
That's cheating.
Ah, Amber took a good shot then, didn't she, though?
Steady as stone.
I'm not doing much damage with her, which is disappointing. It's got to be Lisa, hasn't it? Come on,
You're in for a
superconduct.
little shock. Yep. Don't be such a brute.
Oh.
Hip.
I feel like I'm not doing as much damage as it's doing to me. Oh wait, it's something at its base that I need to kill. Look. Damn it, come on.
Leave it all to me.
I'm having that thing at its base. Come on. There you go. Well done. Get in and do the damage. Oh dear, Lisa.
Steady as stone.
Didn't even worry about that Baron Bunny then, did it?
I'll catch up.
I'll never surrender. Windblade.
Go on, Ganji Kid, Grave Kipper, get in there and do some damage. Come on. Come on, do some damage, please, somebody. Oh no, we run out of shield now. Ah. Maybe I'm hitting the wrong bit.
Someone needs assistance.
No, there's that thing there. I can just kill that. Come on.
Come a little closer.
Get it. Come on. Let's have it. Yes, come on.
You've been a naughty boy. I'll catch up. If at first you don't
Just not
succeed,
doing the damage.
have to
Oh,
clean up. I am a
Ooh.
disgrace to
no.
the knights.
We need you. God, we just do no damage to any of it. Come on.
Hey! I'll race you there.
Come on, Amber. Oh, just got a direct hit. We're nearly there, but we've lost our key player now. Noelle, she's the one with the shield, isn't she? We can just get in there and smosh it up. No, 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 no. What have I done? Don't know what happened then. That's the thing I've got to get to, isn't it? That thing, but I can't seem to damage it.
Bet you can't keep up with me. Get him.
No, 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 no.
Blitz.
Ah! Yes, 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 that's where I need to hit it. Come on.
Let it rain.
You're in for a little shock. Blitz.
Come on, we can do this. Just don't die.
They need me.
They do still need you.
I knew
What?
I should have
No!
home.
stay out the damage. Let the spirit tower heal them. Somebody's got to get healed up for us to win. Come on, we can do this. No. Just going to chop it down. I'm going to chop it down. Small axe. Small axe. Come on. No, Amber. Right, that's got all that health back, right? Can I not go in my bag? Can I go in my bag? Come on. I can go in my bag. I could just like heal them up, can't I? Shouldn't be stressing this much. In the bag. They've got to have eggs, haven't they? Oh, I'm vegan. But I can't revive them any other way, can I? Let's have Noel back. Let's have Amber. We're going to lose Lisa, yeah. Oh, I can't use another egg. Okay, we've got Noel back. And, that's chicken. That's radish. Increases all party members' attack. That's gone. I pressed it and it went. I'll just assume that's... She's full. Alright, we're just going to crack on now. We're going to beat this. Get in there, Noel. Come on.
That's going back in the wash.
Prepare to be blown away.
Chop! Come on, chop!
Windblade.
Come on, Gravekipper, let's go! What the chuff? How am I not winning yet? There you go. Gravekipper. Amber took the hit. Lisa took a hit. Noel took a hit. Gravekipper just managed to stay alive because of the fortune of me pressing the wrong button, accidentally going into the bag and realising I could use the bag and the food. So really I should be invulnerable. I should be invincible because I can pause mid-fight. I thought Lisa was pinned off. Yeah, but we were just fighting something that was vulnerable to Lisa's charms, so we thought we'd pop her in the squad to fight this boss. This has just knocked the shit out of us, but we beat it. I feel like I'm a little bit weak for it. 40 resin. And we get all that stuff. That looks nice. Don't know what it is. Hoarfrost core. Oh, goblets and trinkets. Got ya. But look at that. That was intense, wasn't it? We smashed that up, though. Just about. I think if we had a little bit more... I think I was hitting the wrong part as well. I think I was attacking the wrong bit. But I think if we had a bit more power and I was a bit more smart, then we would have nailed that a bit quicker. But we got there. Now we have to go to one of these statues of the Seven and take its blessing. Because otherwise we're dead. And I had to eat 2 eggs, which was not vegan. I had a bit of pasta. I think it said bolognese, but I can scrape the sauce off. Look. Where's the statue? Here we are. There you go. Blessings, healings. That's what we like. Thanks, statue. That was intense. That was intense. 2-minute cooldown on the revives to make sure you aren't invincible. Ah, so I can't just revive everyone. Yeah, but oh, they get full as well, don't they? So you can't just keep filling them full of food as well. Yeah, not completely invincible, but a lot stronger than I thought it was. Because I thought then it was a goner, but we came back from the brink. What's that over there? Oh, it's a little swan. No, it's a heron. It's a heron. That can live. We can leave that. That can live. Just need to chill out now a little bit. Look at Mondstat in the distance. Look at it glowing. Look at Mondstat glowing in the distance. Just need to chill out a bit now. Look, they're all full as well. They can't have any more food. They're all full. Tuckered. Tuckered out. Otherwise there'd be big chonkers, wouldn't they, if we kept chuffing donuts down them. But they do burn the calories. They're out running about all the time. They do burn the calories. So it's alright to have a nice meal, you know, nice hearty meal. Should we go and see what Jean wants then? Because that was intense. That was intense. But we did win. We did nail it. Oh, this is something else that I got. See that? I can make balloons now. I bought it from the shop. Like that. And I also bought... You'll like this. In fact, you'll fucking love this. It's brilliant. I also bought this from the shop. Because I got loads of Mora, so there was a sale on at the shop with some like new festival items or something. Check this bad boy out. Can't play any tunes. But it does the octaves, look. Yep. Play stereo. I can't. I'm not that good. If I was on a guitar, I could play stuff. But I'm not. I tell you what I can't do. I'm not very good at is listening to something and then just banging it out on the guitar. It takes me a while to work out where I'm supposed to. Oh, it's that one. It's this one. And I make too. I leap too far. I think okay, that's gone up there. It's gone up by what 3 notes, and it's only 1 note. I leap too far, and when it's something new, like. Not even knowing which one is A, B, C, D, E, F. I mean, assuming it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like that. But, you know, not with it written A, B, C, D, F, G. And even then, I'm no good. You know, if you say to me, just go F, G, E, C, A, I'm like, F, G, E. Once I've played it 3 times, I'm like, oh, it's the song that goes, yeah, I can do that one. But if saying to me E, A, F, G, E, C, A, I'm like, E, A, G, and C, but if once I've learned it forever. Okay, yeah, I got it. You know, do you know what I mean? Like, anyway, that little harp though will be fun for us, and I'll have a little look into it, and that'll be fun for us. I will, but I bought that from the shop. Not that I didn't pay money, just in the game I've been earning tokens. And there's a shop in town, and I bought it there in the town. Not in real life, like I didn't pay any money. I mean, in the town. Which is where we're going now, to talk to Jean. Jean's got business that we need to attend to. Let's head to town. I'll show you the shop where I bought it. But man, this game is good. After I've talked to Jean, I'll show you these new enemies that we fought. While I was off stream, and where am I going now? I'm just going to quickly show you the shop. Just to prove I didn't spend any money. This chuffer here, Marjorie. She's outside the shop. You'd think she'd be indoors, but it's a nice day, so we'll let her off. Look, I'd like to get some special souvenirs, please. Oh, you've come to the right place. And then they are, look, they cost you... You can only buy one, and they cost 150,000 Mora. But if you look at the top right under the Gravekeeper, I've got 80,000 Mora. So it wasn't a lot to spend a few thousand Mora. Maybe it was a waste, I don't know. I don't know. How's your cough coming along, love? We've been helping with that, haven't we? How's your cough coming along? Sorry for bothering you. I thought you might be feeling better because we've been helping with your cough, but... Yeah, I hope all your wishes will be granted soon. Just get yourself a mask, love, if you're going to be coughing like that. Oh, look, it's wet around here as well. I didn't notice that. I expect... As I was running through it, I was thinking to myself, I expect this is like the sewerage system for the town. I expect the people of the town dump their fecal matter in there and let it wash away. I thought as I ran through it in my nice white boots. Where's Jean, anyway? Let's put her on the map. Let's put Jean on the map. Jean, things are going to start happening to you now. Let's put you on the map, Jean. Don't you want to be someone, Jean? Let's put you on the map. Pin you on Google Maps, Jean. Everyone can see you now. Everyone will know where you are. Got you tagged. Didn't tag. You won't spot us about to pop up over this wall, though, will you, Jean? You won't know that your favourite... Just letting her recharge her stamina. You won't know that your favourite outrider, Knight of Favonius, is about to pop up over this wall, will you, Jean? This will be a surprise. Oh, they're not even... Oh, hello. Hello, you two. Where's Jean? Where's Jean? What are you doing popping up over the wall? They said.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
She says. So, Amber's going to be the one that takes there. But, of course, we're going to switch to main character for this because it's proper story, isn't it? So, we're going to switch to the Kipper. Switch up to Gravekipper. My kilobytes are at 3,000. Hang on. 2,000, 3,000. Now, that... Let's just remember, only last week we had the Virgin Media. Oh, they're back up to 40,000. They heard me. No, 3,000. 3,000. Last week they came and they bumped it up to 6,000. Do you remember when they fixed the internet last week? We're already started weakening. Don't know how that happens. Don't know how you open the door backwards, but that was skills. Skill McGill. Skilligan McGilligan. Oh, we're in the room with all the...
Crystal embedded with some kind of power. Lisa, are you able to analyze it?
So this is the crystal that we found. Now, I'm going to take you back a little bit because I've been playing for hours. But on like episode 1 or 2 or something, we found this crystal after we shot down a dragon or something. And we've had that in our inventory for ages now. And now we're here to talk to Jean. I paused the get. Last time we came to talk to Jean like this, I had to pause it and go. And when I came back, they'd all gone. So this is the first time I've really met Jean. Although we're supposed to have met her before, I've never really paid attention, and she disappeared on me. So I'm just having a look now. She's a bit boss, isn't she? She's a bit smart. She's got the proper boots, leggings. I tell you what, I like the cape. I like the cape. That shawl-y sort of cape. She does seem like she means business. Lisa, are you able to analyse it? So already as well, what I did notice is that in what you call it, you know when you do our little squad, you know we select which characters we're going to do. In that squad lineup as well, Gravekipper's a bit little, Amber's a bit little, but Lisa, full grown up, and the new one, the nun, full grown up. They're going to like boss the squad. If we're not careful, Gravekipper and Lisa, sorry, Gravekipper and Amber, two little ones, they're going to get pushed aside by the bigger ones who are going to start running things. Because look, it's already started happening here. Little Gravekipper, little Paimon. Jean's not bothered about Gravekipper and Paimon. Lisa, let the adult talk.
Let me take a look.
Go on in.
I can see impurities in the crystal, but upon further inspection... No, I'm sorry. I can't make a proper analysis at the moment. Give me some time. I'll take a look through the library's restricted section.
Right. I'll leave the research to you then, Lisa.
Yep, because you're not allowed in that restricted section. As we saw from last episodes, Lisa gets really eggy about that restricted section. We have to go around town roughing people up to get the books back. I wouldn't bother Jean. I'd just leave her to it.
Understood. I'll notify you all if I make any progress.
Thanks, Lisa.
Though I wouldn't go getting your hopes up. They're incredibly ancient texts, not to mention... Ouch!
I wonder what happened. She's just trying to temper our expectations. But Lisa, we have got high hopes for you, because out of all of us, like, who's going to know what to do with it? You're the only one, aren't you? Unless you want me to run around the map finding another cryo character. Lisa, this is your job. This is your job. Tell you something else you'll notice. I can chuff on now as long as I chuffing want. Tell you something else. I can chuff on as long as I want. I'll tell you for why. Little big face moment. Where's the box? I like to show you the boxes. I told you the spending would never end, didn't I? The PC, you know, the budget. I made sure I didn't spend all my money. Because I knew, like... And I was helped because it was my birthday. Like, but I knew this would never end. This is some more of art. Like, thank you for your tippies and your chippies. The battery is never going to run out because I bought that. That's the official Sony plug it in battery. Lasts forever. Plug it into the wall. It's plugged in at the wall. It's the camera now can just run forever. And on the new setup, that'll be essential because the batteries were chugging through at 3 an hour. But it'll probably overheat the camera running at 4K, so we'll run up to that next. But yeah, this is also... Where's the other one I bought? I've also got this, which is exactly the same thing. This is still in the bag. Well, when I say still in the bag, it's come out of the bag once and put it back in the bag. This is exactly the same thing, but it doesn't have the proper... It's like a USB-C. This one, plug it in at the wall, Sony written on it. Right, this one, Amazon, cheapest chips. That was like 20 quid. It's not that cheap, but 20 quid. Didn't work. This one is £100. That's £100. It's got Sony written on it, so it works. That's the only difference. And it's got a proper battery pack thing that is, you know, it's got a proper thing, isn't it? Probably when you open up in that and it's just like a spider and nothing. Just the wire going through a big thing just to make it look... Is there something that can keep the camera cool? I don't know. It's what it is it's a little, you know, it's like a little Sony camera, and it's designed... It's not designed for capturing 4K internally. It's the Sony A7S, so they're onto the Sony A7S III now, which can capture it internally. But it's basically just got little computer chips, and they're working at their absolute hardest to process that 4K and send it through. So it just warms up, and if you're lucky, it doesn't overheat, and if you're unlucky, it says sometimes camera too hot, shutting down. So we'll just see if we run up to that. We'll see if we run into it in the future. I have had it happen to me while I've been exporting 4K on a job, but no, there's nothing you can do. It's just not designed to run at that pace all the time. You know, the only thing you can do is upgrade your camera to one that can export 4K consistently without heating up. But that's another thing. You know, we're looking at this second camera for the stream. We're looking at this second camera for that bit, and we're looking at another monitor. So there's still things. As soon as I pull the trigger on the other monitor, we can play Genshin Impact on that setup. But, you know, learning exactly what to do with... this is a whole nother story, isn't it? So anyway, let's get back to the Super Nintendo Switch. The Super PlayStation. Who's having a cough now? You're alright, cats, dogs. You're alright. Okay, Lisa's not telling us not to get her hopes up, and she got hurted.
Gosh, that hurt.
It hurt.
The impurities in the crystal... It hurts when I get close.
Impurities in the crystal. Yeah, thanks. It is good progress, isn't it? Actually, I should put the chat on the screen if I'm talking to you all the time, shouldn't I? Where's my chat window? Boom, there you go. It is good progress, yeah. We are step-by-stepping all the way, and yeah, I'm just really grateful and pleased. I don't know where the end game is. It's a bit like this game. I'm just enjoying moving forward. I mean, that's like life, isn't it? That's like life, so I'm happy with that, yeah. There's a lot to take in. A lot of frustration as well, because I like things like in the Mac world, not everything works. You can't have this, that, and the other. Oh, you want to use one of these? They're not compatible with Mac. Sorry. Get on with it. But the things that are compatible, you plug the fucker in, it just fucking works. Sorry for swearing. The only thing I had to do was get a sort of aggregate. I had to create an internal aggregate device, a software aggregate device. That was the only difficult thing I had to do. But once I'd done it, everything works. You plug it in, it chuffing well works. On that box, with your new Windows, brand new with your Windows 11, high tech. You plug something in, it's like, yeah, do you think so? I don't know, mate. Welcome to 3 hours of looking on YouTube and Reddit, and it's just. Then once you've got something working, you plug something else in. It's like, oh, did you enjoy the last thing you got set up? Because that's all broken now. You've plugged something else in. How about that? Like something as simple as where's the sound? Do you know what I mean? But it might just be me and my brain. But once I get through those hurdles, once it gets working, never touch it again. Never mess with it again. And then it'll be fine.
I see. It appears to react to visions.
But thankfully, we've got 2 setups now. Right here, side by side, like someone else could stream right next to me. Like, we've got 2 setups. And when this new one is working fully, I can move this one, the old one away, and that can take its place. Whatever. But until then, we're going to have 2 setups. And I'm going to keep the Mac for editing. I think I'm definitely going to keep it for editing. Just for my workflow, I'm just so used to it. I think I'll still be banging out edits on that in years to come. So yeah.
The impurities and the elemental energy we embody repel each other.
Getting through this, aren't we, with my chuff? Sorry about my chuffing. Sorry if you're just here for the Genshin. But stream, it's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting.
It's strange, though. You have elemental abilities as well, but don't seem to be affected in the same way.
Yeah, but Lisa, we already found out you're a fucking special case, aren't you? Doesn't matter what it comes to. Lisa's a little bit extra, so of course I'm not affected in the same way. Plus, don't count me in on any of this shit. I fell out the sky. I don't know what's going on. Paimon's guiding me, isn't she? So, like, let's not reflect on whether things work for me. And like, you're the main one, Lisa. Hang on. Where's Amber? Why isn't Amber in this scene? Amber's really the main one. I was saying this last time. I'm going to say this again. Big face. Don't care. I'm going to say it again. Big face. Amber's the main one. She's the Knights. She's actually in the Knights of Favonius. We meet her really early on, so she's the first one that's like part of our crew helping us. She's got super skills, pyro. She's the gliding champion of Mondstadt. She's young and she's on her way up. Jean thinks she's the acting arch ambassador or something, acting arch chancellor. But Amber, Jean thinks she's going to get the top brass. Amber's going to come from the side. No one's going to spot it. A bit like when Donald Trump became president. There's all these people in the running, and they're all the people that you're supposed to have in the running, and everyone's like, oh, so-and-so's in the running. And then from the sidelines, no one sees it coming. Donald Trump, way, that's Amber. She's going to take over. Lisa and Jean, you're fake news, you are, Jean. Lying Jean.
Anyway, the crystal would be better left in the hands of my cutie. It will just be a pain if left with us, both literally and metaphorically.
Cutie. Should I question the word cutie, or should you say, okay, I'll keep it? I don't know. I want to say cutie, but okay, I'll keep it. I don't know if I should keep it. Cutie.
Fascinating.
Jean just says
Do
fascinating.
you know anything about what makes you special?
Me? I should keep it. I'm special. No, if anything, it's just Paimon. The fact I kick ass. I should refer to Amber for this. Jean, if you think... And it's red. Amber would like that.
I do not know what to make of it either. Well then, the Knights of Favonius have another favor to ask of you.
Anything.
Please accept the title of Honorary Knight.
Whoa!
In the gratitude of the Acting Grand Master.
Whoa! I'm no longer a traveller, now I'm a knight. Favonius Imperialius. Ad Astra Abyssosk. I'm no longer a... Ad Astra Abyssosk. Can you see my salute? I'm not a Nazi. I'm not doing the Nazis. They're very careful to keep it below the shoulder for this. It's not going up here. It's very, very careful to keep it below the shoulder for this. We're not doing the Nazis. They were the last ones who... After them, saluting went out of fashion, didn't it? Before the... Pre-Nazis, everyone's the saluting. All the armies saluting each other, all the Cub Scout. If you're a scout, you salute. Do your Cub Scout salute. The brownies saluting each other, salute. You'd be walking into the bank, everyone would give you a little salute. Up to the bar to get yourself a drink. What would you like, sir? Give you a little tip of the cap. Little salute. Saluting was well popular. And everyone was always happy to do this. No one minded doing that. In school, you're doing that because you don't know about the Nazis. But out in the real world, people would be always, wait for the bus. Wait for the bus. You know, wait the bus. Stop the bus. Oh, hello there. They'd all be doing that. They'd all be happy with that. Then you have the Nazis. And the Nazis, let's be fair, right? The Nazis were big, they were big, like, you're not going to expect what I'm about to say here, but the word is cogitated in mind. They were big fashionistas. Weren't they, the Nazis? They were big on fashion. They like the boots coming up. Oh, thank you for your tippies. Hey, we got promoted, you see, Captain. You see, now I did it then. Arms in the air, salute. Nazis, big fashion. They like their boots. The armbands were popular with the Nazis, weren't they? Not just because the Nazis had their own armbands with their own colours on them, but they also made them popular amongst the Jewish people. When I say popular, they kind of forced them to wear them. But they were fashion things, weren't they? The star, they had to wear the star. Again, fashion conscious kind of fascism. Maybe that's where fascism comes from, the word fashion. No, that's not how words work. But yeah, fascism, right? Fashionism. So the Nazis, they were big on the uniforms, the hats, uniforms, boots. Now the Jews have to wear special clothes, the stars. There was a lot of fashion involved. Let's just leave it at that, right? Let's just leave it at that. I'm not promoting Nazism. In fact, I'm dead against it. Let the Jews wear what they want, mate. But since the Nazis, because Hitler was all there with the salute all the time, wasn't he? Banging that salute out. He must have had one arm bigger than the other. Whichever arm was the saluting arm, he must have had one pumped arm, mustn't he? One real pumped saluting arm. The gun show. Just the gun, solid, single gun show. The other arm was a bit feeble and weak, wasn't it, compared to his saluting arm? Always pumping the salute out. Everywhere he went, everyone was doing it to him. Salute, salute, salute. And he had to do it back. Salute, salute, salute. They overused it, didn't they? Got so popular, the salute. Overused it. Now, salute trending down. Don't often see so many people. Definitely not the Nazi salute. Definitely not. You don't even, nowadays, you don't want to do anything too, you don't want to accidentally be looking like you're doing the Nazi salute, do you? So you tend, if you're waving the arm, and I don't know, let's say, for example, it's raining today. So it's raining today, and then you see your friend over there, and you notice the rain increases in severity and starts coming down in little frozen chunks, and you shout at your friend, "Hail!" Oh no, I've accidentally slipped into Nazi territory. You remove the salute. You can shout hail, but you can't shout hail and do the waving the arm these days. That's done. That's finished. That's over. That's dead. That's dead to us now. It's like flares. Although flares come back round, don't they? It's like it's out of fashion. It's out of touch. Out of touch, isn't it? Not very fashionable doing the Nazi salute. So you can't be doing that these days. And certainly, starting with that slap to the chest across the heart, which they do. A lot of people, you do your national anthem like that in America, don't you? Like that, or they're like that. Starfleet command. But then if you follow it up with a wave, you've got to be really careful. So the salute's gone out of popularity. That's gone down the hill. It's gone away. Put that in the back. Put it away. We've got other things. We've got fist bump, haven't we? We've got fist bump. That's new. Jews can wear what they want. Fist bump. So, it's the modern world. Happy with that. And let's go back to the Super Nintendo Switch and push on with our story mode. Sorry, I just went off on a little tangent there. I don't know what happened. I got Honorary Knight and it excited me. We don't do the hand over the heart in the UK. God, no. No. Didn't say God by mistake then either. Big face. Sometimes you will see it in a, event or something. You'll see people doing it for the national anthem or for something. But they're just influenced by television. When we do the national anthem, it's appropriate to stand to attention and do your salute. But you don't do your salute if you're not in the armed forces or a Cub Scout like me. I wasn't in the armed forces, but I was a Cub Scout. I wasn't just any old Cub Scout. I rose through the ranks year upon year. Started out young. When you go in Cubs, you have sixes, they were called. There were 6 of you. And there were 4 groups of 6. Now I think about it, that's quite... that's 24 kids. Limit, done. Some 6s had 7. Because you had a few extra. But they didn't have that many at Cubs. It's only a local village, New Bowl Cubs. That's where I went, New Bowl Cubs. The Sea Scouts, we were. Cubs and Sea Scouts. Because we had a river next to it. We were called the Sea Scouts. Because next to the Cub hut, there was a river. We never saw the sea. But they let us jump in the river in the summer. That's true, that is. We used to we do little canoeing and river skills. So the Cub hut, they made a Cub hut and they told us it was like port, starboard, bow and stern. And it was like laid out like a ship. And the head of the Cubs, the Arcala, his office was called the captain's office or something. And then where we got all the stuff out, like the ropes and stuff for doing Cub Scouting, the ropes and the and the what are those things with the needle and the compass, the ropes and the compasses, that was called the Quartermaster Stores. So I was a Cub Scout, thank you very much. And I started out young, put into the greys. Now you had the greys, the yellows, the reds. What was the other one? Greys, yellows, reds and whites. That's what they were. The greys, the yellows, the reds and the whites. So I was in the greys. And when I first started in the greys, we weren't the best one. The others, the yellows, and I think the reds won it quite a lot. The whites won it. I watched every other Cub group, every other 6 win. What are you talking about, win? What do you mean, win it? You can't win Cubs. Yeah, you can. Every year, every school year, slate is wiped clean. You start again. We're earning points. Every week you're earning points. Doesn't matter what the activity is. There's points to be won. Doesn't matter whether you're... Sometimes we're having competitive games. Sometimes we're doing skills. Who's got which 6 can build the best campfire? You know, whatever it is. There's points to be won. It was always competitive. And I watched the other 6s add up their points and win. At the end of the year, they had a shield called the Invincitor Shield. And it had a horsey on it. Silver horsey on a black background on a shield. And underneath it said Invincitor. And it was made out of metal. And that to me, when I was about like 10, well, I don't know how old was I, 8 years old, that Invincitor Shield was like, wanted to win that. And we never, because it's a team effort, you don't just necessarily win it. I was in one of the rubbishy 6s at the start. But as we got older, my other friend, who also was called Scott, he became the 6er. And we had a right go at it that year. And we won. And then he graduated to the Scouts, and I became the 6er. And... because this was Cub Scouts, I became the 6er that year. And then for my year, when I was 6er, we went even harder and we won. So no, I did get to win it a couple of times. And then when you win it, you put it up at your end of, like, you all stand in a corner. Like when he says to attention, you know, Arcala, Cubs, pack, he does that. And you all stand up, Arcala, we'll do our best. Cubs, do your best. We will do our best. Right. So when he calls you to attention, you all stand in your little area, you know, like, each has a like corner of the room, and so if you'd won the shield, you put it up in your area, don't you? And that's up in your. You're very clear who's the winners for a year. So for a year, I followed in the footsteps of my previous 6er and had it up on the thing. And the next year, yeah, Big Cheese got it up on the wall. Left it to the next one. You protect that with your life. You protect that with your life. Yeah, pretty big cheese at the Cub Scouts. Pretty big cheese at the Cub Scouts. And then there was that one year where I won the Conkers competition, but they discovered I brought my Conker in from home, which wasn't on the rules. And then no one said you couldn't. But the Conker competition, they gave us all a Conker, and it was random allocation. All the Conkers were on little strings in a bundle. Pick a Conker, please. You pick your Conker. And I thought, oh, fuck that. I've got one in my pocket that I brought myself. It's better. I'll use mine. And then at the end, they discovered it, and I got disqualified. Throwing Scotty around the way. That was just the New Bowl Cub Scouts, so there wasn't much of a way around to talk about. It's fields and nothing around there. River, fields, little pub, little village, little Cub Scouts. Big cheese, little pond. Cheese doesn't go in ponds. Get it out the pond. No one's going to eat that now. No one wants to eat that if it's been in the pond. Get it out the pond. What are you doing putting your cheese in the pond? Not even the ducks are going to eat it. Ducks don't eat cheese. What are you doing throwing bread for the ducks? What are you doing throwing bread at the ducks? Ducks don't bake. I've never seen a duck baking. I've never seen a duck with a cross on. I've never seen a duck with a cross on. Their little feet can't knead the dough. So if you're going to feed the ducks, give them something like, you know, I don't know, grains or I don't know what it is they eat. I don't know what ducks eat, to be honest. Little millweed. Give them little millweed. Milkweed or something. I don't know what the ducks eat, frankly. I don't know what they eat. But whatever it is they eat, give them that. Don't give them chuffing bread. I've never seen a duck with a cinnamon roll. I've never seen a duck in Starbucks looking at the pastries. Have you? I can't hold the thing with the wings. Ducks and bread. Why is it people? Because around where I live, I don't know if you do that in America, but around where I live, everyone gives bread to the ducks. Everyone. And this is the other thing, right? This is big face now. I'm just going to carry on chatting shit. When you give it happens a lot around my way. Like, you think, oh, it's nice you just give them a little bit of bread to the ducks. Just a little bit, that's fine. They'll be fine with that. But as soon as you've got the next chuffer's there, giving more bread to the ducks, and the next one, and the next, the ducks stay there, and all day people are throwing bread at them. They're like bloated on all this bread. It can't be like good for them, I'm sure. It can't be a balanced diet. I'm not an expert. I don't think it's a balanced diet. You give them bread and watch them fish with it. That's weird. That's pretty. That's like extra. That is. Give a heron. Give a heron a fish and watch it eat. But give a heron a bit of bread and watch it fish for itself, and then eat. And you're not allowed to give bread to ducks. You need to give them seeds. There, you see. You don't have ducks. Well, there you go. So you just throw your bread into the water and watch it sink. Then it's the same. You get the same effect. Just I don't know. But yeah, I've always wondered that about bread and ducks. So there you go. You know what you do. You're supposed to give them seeds. I've always wondered that. Just ducks don't bake. Why? I've always just thought, why do we choose bread? Because we've got all the different foods in my cupboard. All the different foods. And if you say, well, the bread goes off, so we throw it out for the ducks. Well, other things go off. Like when tomatoes go rotten in the bottom of the in the bottom of the fridge in that drawer, and you're like, shit, I didn't realise there was a tomato back there. Well, it's not a tomato anymore, is it? Let's give that to the ducks. Like, you don't do that, do you? You don't think other foods, oh, I really enjoyed that meal, but instead of scraping that last bit into the bit, no, let's give that to the ducks. Like, you don't do that. But bread, people are like, oh, I've got a bit of spare stale bread. Boom, ducks. Bread equals ducks. I just, why? Why? They don't bake. I've never seen a duck with a little hat on, like a little, with flour. I've never seen duck footprints in the flour, have I? Why ducks and bread? Why ducks and bread? Anyway, I'm an honorary knight. I'm getting really excited about it. That was what I was doing. I'm an honorary knight. Sorry, Gene. Gene's declared us an honorary knight, and we've had a right psychological break. Haven't we? We've had a right. The heron sticks his beak and lures the fish. I mean, that's amazing. Sometimes we see a heron around our way. I've seen one or two in my life. I've probably seen about 3 or 4 actually. But they're not that common. They're not garden, like, they sometimes go in people's gardens if they've got fish ponds and they eat the fish. But then people, like, you go out and the heron chuffs off. It's like, fuck this. Who's that? I just ate his fish. Ducky with a baker's hat. That's it. That's why you'd make the connection then, wouldn't you? A duck in a baker's hat, and you go, ooh, I'll throw some bread for that duck. Look, obviously the duck enjoys bread. It's wearing the baker's hat. But you don't. And bakeries don't have like pictures of ducks on the signs, do they? Why not try our bread? It's great for feeding the ducks. The bakers aren't saying it. No one's promoting the concept. No, the bakers aren't pushing it. Bread and ducks on the bread, on the wrapping of the bread. Have you tried our new sliced bread? It's got a picture of a duck on the advert. Quack, quack. Like, they're not pushing it. Who's getting this idea and why? And where's it come from? We all do it. We all know it. You know it in America. I know it in England. We all know it. It's just, I don't know why. And where are you, Jussie? Where are you? What country are you in? Because over where you are, it seems that it's not so common to give bread to the ducks. Croatia, of course, right. So, is it common to give bread to ducks in Croatia, or is it common knowledge that they shouldn't have bread? And any idiot like us, those foreign idiots giving bread to ducks, what are they? Oh, you see, they do it there as well. Everyone does it. And there's what, Polly wants a cracker. Me personally, I don't know if I've even eaten a cracker. Don't even know what a cracker is. I've got cream crackers for like cheese at the end of a meal. Crackers biscuits, like, they're crackers. I've seen them, but I don't really eat many of them. And why would a parrot want one? Again, like a parrot cracker. It's a common thing that's usually left behind. Yeah, but also other things are left behind. All sorts of other foods are left behind. And our first thought is not, let's get out into the woods and start throwing them at animals. No, it's not, is it? I bet there's so much food waste that goes on, but the only one food item, the only one food group that we feel is acceptable to toss into the ecosystem and allow the animals to feast is stale bread. Everything else that goes in the bin. That goes. It doesn't. We don't make a common. We haven't got an animal food bucket. Well, maybe we used to when we had pigs. Maybe we should have pigs again. Or maybe we shouldn't because I'm vegan. Look, Jean, as a knight of Favonius, I promise and honour my honour, and I will do my best, Jean. Hang on, you're acting Grandmaster. Is the acting Grandmaster allowed to make a new knight, Jean? Or when the Grandmaster comes back, are they going to say, Jean, who's this? You've been making people knights while I've been away, Jean. Jean, you've overstepped your boundaries. Is that what's going to happen, Jean? Who can say? But I'll take it. I'll be a knight. And I also want to say that, as of now, I pledge allegiance to Amber. You think you're the acting Grandmaster. Amber's my acting Grandmaster. So if you're making me a knight, I will kneel, but I want Amber in here to do the sword thing. Arise, Sir Gravekeeper. Is it Sir if you're a lady? Arise, Sir Gravekeeper. Arise, Sir Gravekeeper. I want her to do the sword thing. In England, when you become a knight of the realm, when you're given that honour, you still go into the Buckingham Palace, and I think Charles does it now, but they put the sword, and they do it on the one, and then on the other, on the one, and then that's how you officially become a knight, with the sword. They touch your shoulders with it. And then you kneel down while they do that, and then when you stand up, before you stand up, they say, arise, sir. They say your name. Lewis Hamilton's done it. And then it's your responsibility then. Then it's your responsibility. I don't know what it is anymore. Back then it would have been like, go and find the Holy Grail or some shit. But now, you just carry on being yourself, but you've got a title, so it's better. What do they do for ladies? I think it's the same. I don't know. I don't know if you become a knight. I think there's different levels of rank, but I think it's a dame that you become. And they've just... no one non-binary has been awarded. That question has never come up. But you can become a dame, and what's her name? Recently we've had a lady. She got cancer, which is sad, and so she did a podcast about it, which is interesting, I suppose. And then, it's kind of inevitable because, how do I say this? We're trying to have fun and joke, but it's kind of inevitable. She's going to die, and she's going to die pretty soon. So there are lots of people interested in. They raise money for charity, and there's lots of people that die of cancer every day. So, but she got made a dame. And Prince William went round her house because she can't go out because she's poorly. And she went round. He made her a dame at her house. So it goes on. But you can also have OBE, and you can have MBE, and you can have CBE, and they're all different levels of honour. I don't know the difference. We'll have to look into it. You get a cape. You do. You actually do. Right? With one of these things, you get to go in the House of Lords and be part of the Parliament process. House of Lords, if you become a Lord. And you actually do get a... It's a mink, I think it is. Which is... I'm not into that, animal fur. Ugh. But I think they stopped using real fur on it these days. But, you get one of those regal sort of... capes. It's red, and you get an actual like when you graduate and you get a mortarboard and a cap and gown. If you become an actual knight of the realm, they do give you a little bit of costume. They do.
Honorary knight of Favonius?
Now Paimon hasn't piped up for a while. Are you a knight, Paimon? Because I think she just speaking to me. And I remember her offering you the knighthood, Paimon. Well, I think Paimon's going to try and shoehorn herself in here. I think she's going to try and wangle herself a little cheeky knighthood as well. It's not so special if you get one as well, Paimon, but fine. Can I share my knighthood with Paimon? Look, Paimon really wants a knighthood. Can I share it with Jean? Can we knight? Well, I'm a knight now, aren't I? And Amber's a knight, so we don't need you, Jean. Paimon's our third knight.
We ask for your continued assistance in finding some answers.
I thought Paimon was going to ask for a knighthood.
Storm Terror's rage and strange crystals. I know Mondstadt's peace hangs in the balance.
I'm surprised with Paimon. The weather changed outside. I'm surprised with Paimon. I'm surprised. Usually she pipes up and, you know, maybe Jean's intimidating her.
May the wind open your eyes to the truth.
May the wind open your eyes to truth. That sounds... I really would not want the wind to open my eyes. Like, these flat earthers that we do on the stream on YouTube. We stream on YouTube 2 p.m. GMT in the weekdays, and we've been looking at flat earth, not specifically flat earthers, but those sort of ideas and those sort of people. The new one, the Tartaria, they're all about the truth, aren't they? Truthers. But I don't know if they found it. Whereas the wind, imagine the wind opening your eyes. Like, keep your eyes closed, yeah, just normally, and then imagine the force that the wind would have to do to blow them open. That wouldn't be pleasant, would it? Wishing that upon me, Jean. May the wind blow your eyes open. Alright, well... May the rain smash your head in?
We'll meet back here if you find anything.
If I find anything, what am I going to do? Just wander about? Quest completed. Leave the headquarters for my new quest. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Look, I can talk to Jean. Let's talk to Jean again. How do we fight Storm Terror? Tell me about the Fatui. Yeah, go on, tell me about them. I've got no idea what that is.
Those people in strange uniforms are Fatui.
Fatui? What people?
They're here as delegates from Snezhnaya.
Oh, the people with the masks. Shadows. They're baddies, Jean. I don't know if you noticed, but they're going around in masks. Shadows. Not masks good for you. Face masks, polite. Don't want to breathe my germs on you. Protect you from getting whatever sickness. Not that sort of mask, but like shadow masks. And they're up to some bad... But they're out there in the street talking about it where you can see them. They might as well have a little sign saying baddies. They're baddies, Jean.
Stay away from them. Having contact with them is dangerous, even for innocent travelers.
That's what I said. She's very formal, isn't she? Very forthright. Ha! Tell me about the library. Tell me about monsters.
You're leaving.
Nah, don't bother.
Drop by again sometime when you're free.
But you see what I mean? Look, Lisa and Jean are in here, yeah? Sorry, I didn't mean to swing my sword. That was a mistake. Sorry. I'm sorry. They're in here, and they're like both grown-ups dealing with the shit in the big room, yeah? The librarian and the acting Grand Master. And then little Gravekipper, little Amber out there running about, yeah? But when you look at my squad, there ain't a problem. My squad can't fix. We could do it in the mix.
Hey,
When I
there's
look at my-
something strange over there.
When I look at my party, right? See, little Gravekipper, little Amber, even Noelle's a bit little, isn't she? But if I switch Noelle out to Rosaria...
Sooner we're done, the better.
Sooner we're done, the better. See how we've got two... Like, Lisa's a bit like that, isn't she? She speaks a bit more grown-up. See how you got two grown-ups, and now you got the two little uns. All you need is one more big un. And these little uns are getting pushed out, aren't they? Let the grown-ups take over. See what I mean? Little Amber, little Gravekipper. But serious Lisa, serious Rosaria. Don't mess. If I swap Gravekipper... I bet Kaya's tall, isn't he?
Ready when you are.
Ready when you are. See, mean and... like. Now who's the odd one out? See what I mean? She don't belong there now. It's all grown-ups being mean. Isn't it? Ready when you are. Oh, alright, cutie. Oh, fucking something, whatever she says. And then, oh, little Amber. Like, you could change the dynamic of the squad so drastically with your people selection. Not just in terms of your elements and your whatever, but in terms of, like, how they look as a squad. Like, well, someone's the odd one out here now, Amber, aren't you? Which is a shame, because if you do this...
There's still a long road ahead.
As you wish.
Hang on.
Here, let me help you.
I hear you've got a job for me.
As you wish.
If you do this, then it looks like Gravekipper and her backup band, doesn't it? Gravekipper's the lead singer, Little Gravekipper, the lead singer, and then they're all in the red and black. They look like baby metal. They look like a crew. So it can make a huge difference, not just on your elemental. I'm not talking about, like, when people play this game and they're like, you look at the YouTube videos and they're like, oh, your best team select. I haven't looked at these yet. I've just seen that they exist, these YouTube videos. A massive monster man that crushes stuff. The YouTube videos, they're all like, oh, pick your best squad with your best synergy. Have your best synergy with your elements. No. Have the ones that look like a cool crew together, that look like they're in the band, that look like they're colour coordinated. Thanks. And now, Rosaria's the tallest. See how the balance changes? If I swap her out for Lisa...
I'll keep an eye on you.
She's keeping an eye on these little ones. That makes sense. You know, it's a crew. If I swap Lisa out for her again, that makes sense.
I hear you've got a job for me.
As soon as you start to tip the balance by having 2 big uns, 2 little uns, then these 2 big uns will start pushing these 2 little uns around. Amber suddenly... She might get a bit shy. And Amber's the main one, remember? She's quite happy to be outspoken. So I don't want Amber to start feeling shy and pushed around. I want her to come to the fore. I want her to feel like she can come to the fore and lead the crew. Because she's going to be the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. So, like, this is... I'm saying this, I'm starting to think this is how I used to think in work terms as well. Because I used to have people at the salon that I wanted to develop in terms of management potential, like leave them with the keys sometimes, and I had other people that would come in to try and, like, I had an open door, obviously, because I'm not, what's the word, prejudiced at all, but I'd have an open position for a renter chair sometimes, and sometimes you get people in, we give them a go, and they wouldn't be the right sort of fit, but quite often the people that wouldn't be the right sort of fit would be the older, more capable hairdressers. Just drop that there. And they're good, capable hairdressers, but they kind of want to run the fucking show. And because I was a younger, like, it was my show, it was my shop, but because I was a bit younger, anyone who was older than me, who thought they knew better than me, was a right nightmare, to be honest, because, like, they'd always be doing things a bit different, or saying maybe this, or, you know, I always be like, look, this is how I'm doing it, this is my shop, leave me alone. And the younger people who were more, I'd say more freshly trained, who I thought, you know, give them the set of keys and give them the chances and the breaks, and they'll really come to the fore and show you their skills. Freshly trained with the latest modern techniques, not stuck in an old rut or anything. Not, you know, doesn't know how to use the new colour, always uses the old one. Like, not that. Like, all modern tech. Those younger stylists, I was more happy to get them in and, like, you know, give someone a little bit older than them the management position and that sort of thing. Yeah, I always found the people who were older than me. Like, maybe it was just maybe there's some sort of psychology between me, the boss, but a bit younger than you, and a boy, and you, the experienced hairdresser, who's a better hairdresser than your fucking boss. What does he know? Well, you know, enough to get the fucking keys and his name above the door, eh? So, like, there was like a power struggle. I don't want a power struggle at work. And it sounds like, oh, I just want to be the boss. No one can fight me, so otherwise I'm in charge or no one. But it kind of is that, because I am the boss, so I don't want a power struggle at work. It's not about power struggle, it's about power sharing, isn't it? And giving people the chance. Like, when the people weren't power struggling with me, this is the funny thing about it as well. If someone was like being like that with me in work, they have their own set of keys. It's their renter chair. They've got their own set of keys. But I'd always feel like, fucking hell, this person's got a set of keys to my shop and anything could go down. Oh God, what are we getting into here? But with the others that were, you know, power share and a bit more, less confrontational, I felt so much more relaxed handing them the keys, because I felt that they respected the, you know, giving them the keys and the chance and all that. I felt they respected the gravity of it, you know, especially when you're younger and you get your first, like, the boss leaves you on your own in the salon and says, you run the show for today, I'm confident in you. You know, you could go and fuck about behind it and smoke all day, like I used to. You could go and fuck about, But most of the younger ones don't. They're like, you know, this is big chance, let's go. Whereas the older ones who got stuck in a rut, they're like, all right, thanks for the keys, you know, sitting there flicking through a magazine, bored. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's a different attitude to it. So, yeah, saving medicine, you need to boost their confidence, make sure they're safe, and then let them have the reins. Yeah, so I think this squad selection, it's about boosting Amber, isn't it? So if we have too many of these big chuffers pushing her around, it ain't going to work. So we need to make sure that we're complementing Amber and not contradicting her, and then be there for them if they slip and fall. Yeah, and I tell you what also used to happen was that we'd get like there was a couple of ladies, I don't know what you want to say, girls, ladies, people who I used to work with for like a couple of them stayed for quite long stints. I never had anyone there from start to finish of my career, but we had two that were like there for a good long stint. And when we got these older people in like to join the team, quite often there'd be this like this attitude of, well, you know, I'm older, I know better, I'm a better hairdresser, therefore, because I'm older, I've done it more often, longer in my life, therefore I should be in charge and be doing all this. But you're giving her the responsibility, and she's like 20 years younger than me, so how come she's in charge? You know, no. Like, I don't want you to fight with each other, so if you can't hack it that she's good and I'm trusting her because she's been here for a long time and I trust her, then you can fuck off. Like, I never understood why these people would want to turn it into a competition when actually we were there to work together, weren't we? So, yeah. Anyway, look, that's what's happening here.
Come on, let's take a look.
Exactly, Amber. You're in charge. So all they want us to do is leave. So that shouldn't be hard, should it? Quest complete. Leave the headquarters. Quest complete. Once we've done this little thing, we find out what we've been sent to do or what have you, then I'll go and show you these new enemies as well, because they're pretty cool. And then we'll have a look at trying to get this new character. Right. It wants me to just go over here. So I've done it. Look, here we are. Quest complete. Talk to Paimon. Where's Paimon? There she is. Vile, come here. Look, there's Paimon. Vile, look, there's Paimon. Come and talk to Paimon. Do you want to talk to Paimon, Vile? You've got a horrible name, but you're a lovely person. Vile, Vile. Do you want to come and talk to Paimon? Paimon's over here, Paimon.
Oh, that doesn't sound very good.
Doesn't it? She didn't want to talk to us, Paimon. I'll talk to you, Paimon. I like you. You're the best one. Look how small she is in comparison now when you're in the world. Because when you're talking to people, she pops up. She looks a bit bigger, to be fair. She's very small, isn't she? Isn't she small? Look. Like a toddler. She's supposed to be some sort of cherubim, isn't she? Some sort of like... some cherub thing. I'm sure of it. Let's get photos then. Let's have a photo. Because Paimon's not always out. So let's have a photo with Paimon. It says Paimon on her though. That's in the way of the photo. That's a shame. Got Paimon. And there's Paimon and Amber. For our little photo. And then Rosaria. Ooh, Paimon. Ooh. Kind of scary next to Paimon, isn't she, Rosaria? Rosie. Kind of like... from this angle, like, Rosie looks a bit more realistic and a bit more... and then you scroll around and, like, Paimon looks like a cartoon. Look, they're doing a knife on Paimon. Careful with your knife. Paimon's just there. Vile's back. I thought you just went off down there. Where's Vile coming from? I thought you just went off down there. Are you alright, Vile? She still refuses to admit it despite being confronted with all the evidence. Oh, it's you, Traveller. No, well, it would be, except I changed into Rosie. What were you muttering to yourself about? She decided she wanted to import Leeway chili peppers recently. Allegedly, they're hot enough to reduce even Mondstadt's die-hard spice lover Barbara to tears. Barbara? My view is they'd be nigh on impossible to sell, seeing as 86% of Mondstatters won't touch them. Yeah, but it's not about selling to the mass market all the time, because that 86, hang on, 4 would be 90. 10 would be... that 14% that will... the 14% that will might be loyal. So you don't have to get masses and masses of them, but you get a few of them, and that 14% will come in. You don't know what else that 14% will buy. See what I'm saying? So it's not like something, oh, that's not popular. Only 14% of people like it. Let's not have it in the shop, not bother with it. No. Actually, having these things that are a little bit, you know, that 14% will be loyal to you, and they'll then buy other stuff. So it's not as clear cut as what you think it is, Vile. Barbara's a diehard spice lover. Oh, you hadn't heard? It was my understanding everyone in Mondstat knew. Oh, we're gossiping about Barbara and she likes spice. Tell me some more news. Certainly, I'm sure everyone knows about librarian Lisa's habit of drinking tea. One day, a travelling merchant from Leeway saw Lisa using some special website-shaped things to filter her tea. Though the merchant never saw exactly what it was that Lisa was using, nevertheless, a drink known as Earl's Stocking Tea later released imitating Lisa's own technique. You're saying she filters her tea with the stockings? Shortly after the matter, some people claimed that what Lisa was using for her tea was no ordinary filtration material used all the time in alchemy. Was an ordinary filtration material. I'm not entirely sure. What is she going on about? Over time, that ambiguously named tea drink started to gain popularity in Mondstadt, a city known for its wine culture more than anything else. I can't help but admire the entrepreneurial minds of the people of Leeway. They're always coming up with something bound to catch on with people. She's an informant. So she's gossiping. Anyway, look, we're having a photos with Paimon. Look, Noelle and Paimon. There they are. Look, they've got similar haircuts. Oh, Paimon, you came and you are such a good one. And you fly in the air, oh, Paimon. You sit and you fly in your Paimon. You Paimon, you Paimon, Paimon. Paimon, 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 Paimon. Wait, I should get my, Paimon. Paimon, 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 Paimon. Because that's all she does. She goes on and about. She just Paimon a lot, doesn't she? Paimon. 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 Paimon, 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 wait. Paimon, 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 Paimon. Paimon, 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 Paimon. Look at it, it's changing camera. I'm not doing that, it's doing it itself, look. The camera's doing it itself. Do it again then. Or does it do it when I play the notes? Yeah, it did it again then, no, camera. This is how you get your photos with Paimon. Get your loot out. Oh, Paimon. Oh, Paimon. Oh, Paimon, Paimon. Paimon, Paimon. Oh, 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 Paimon, Paimon. Paimon, Paimon. That's enough of that, I think. I'll have to learn how to play that. There's Paimon anyway. So we're gonna have a chat with her. Let's have a chat with her. Let's get this quest knocked off. Chat with Paimon. There she is. I kind of don't want this moment to end. You know, I kind of just don't want this moment to end. There we go.
There's something you didn't tell them.
Is there?
The dragon and the crystal weren't the only things we saw.
Oh, we saw that chuffer. We saw that he was talking to the animals.
So you do remember him! That green guy!
Green guy, that's me. I'm green. I'm wearing my Ganji Kid greens today.
He looked just like that guy down there!
That's him! He's running! That's him! Paimon, that was him! What do you mean, what? I'm surprised. What? It's him! Now, Paimon, I don't think we're going to have to... I think our paths are destined to cross. She's still there, look. Where's she gone? Got to go and look for them. It's another one of these. I like the quests where you go out and you're chuffing batter stuff up. But the ones where you run around looking for things, I'm not such a fan of that. Because it's just like, well, they're there, aren't they? So can't we just be there and talk to them and get it over with? Where are they? Talk to Paimon. She's down there. What's Paimon doing?
The green guy disappeared!
The green guy disappeared!
Use Elemental Sight to track him down.
Absolutely. I certainly will do. I'm not... Yeah, alright. Scout out the elemental attributes. Okay. The green fellow left animo footprints. Oh, he's my animo. I'm an animo. Right then. It's this one, isn't it? Nope. It's this one, isn't it? Yes. Go on then. Green footprints. Green footprints. I mean, it's a little bit laborious to make me constantly have to do that. Instead of allowing it to just run out a little bit longer, or me hold it, for example. Like that, I can't hold it. I have to just press it. And you look. Oh, wind. I saw some wind. He's flown up here, hasn't he? No. This is a job for Inspector Amber. If we're doing detectoring, it's a job for Inspector Amber. Inspector Amber.
His
Oh,
footprints
Paimon.
lead to this wall. Did he climb up from here?
Maybe. I mean, we have been, but he could have flown because he's got air flight. Like us. Let's go after him. Come on. Dun 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 dun. Inspector Amber. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Inspector Amber solving all the mysteries. There. Green on green. Green on green action. He's gone up the stairs. I'm not even going to bother checking it. I know he's gone up the stairs. He can't have gone anywhere else, can he?
I'll race you
Look for the... I'll race you there. Now I'll use the sight. Yep. Up the stairs. He'll be in the... completed. There he is. He's over there. What's he doing? They're all stood really still. What's he doing? This, I'll tell you what, this will impress him. Look. Oh no, I was going to do my animo power. He's got a loot. We've all got loots, mate. We can all play the loot, mate. Go and push him out of the way, Paimon. Oh, it's animo loot. Look at his little baggy pantaloons. Feathers in his cap. He's like faux Elizabethan. He's got little... I like that. Blue hair with... I like blue hair on a boy, me.
What is to be sung transpired in days of yore, when the divine archons still walked the earth. A dragon cast his curious gaze on the world below, as he parted from the heavens that gave his birth. The dragon sought truth amongst common folk, but mortal trifles only fogged his mind.
You see...
The wind-born bard strummed his strings dulce, and the holy lyre answered his questions kind. The dragon...
I'm just going to pause it like that for a second. If you notice, when you see this character in this mythology, they've got one sock pulled up, like Paimon. They've got a similar sock pattern to Paimon.
Let all perceive him fair. Enchanting legends the bard and dragon were, but the tides of despair soon engulfed the land.
That's that fella, though.
The Lion Fang perished, and the Falcon Flag slept. as a vile dragon approached Mondstat in lone stand. Over the cathedral loomed Death and his friends. Of the people's agony, the bards soon sang. The soaring dragon heeded his grave calls, and amidst the windstorms a brutal war sprang. Blood of venom sent the sky dragon into slumber, only to awake to be expelled in abhor. Why do
Bards.
people in this age loathe me so? But the holy liar replied no more. Wrath and woe, vigor and venom, poured from the dragon's bitter eyes. The dragon's curse sprawled in silence, but the liar could no longer soothe his cries.
Wait, you guys are...
The green fellow's talking to us. Okay, just a minute. Before he talks to us, I've got something to share with you. Oh, no, wait. I'll show it with you in a second. Wait, I'll show it with you in a second. We'll finish talking to Green Fellow. Green Fellow. Green Fellow. Longfellow. Robin Goodfellow. That's the name for the devil, Robin Goodfellow. In colloquial, historical English, it was a synonym, a nickname for the devil. Robin Goodfellow. Because people didn't want to say the devil, because then he'd come and get you. So they say Robin Goodfellow. And I used to work, no joke of a lie, I used to work in a restaurant, conference centre place. I worked in the restaurant at a conference centre place, and one of the people that worked in the restaurant was called Robin Goodfellow, and it always plagued me, it troubled me. Did their parents call him that knowing it was a nickname for the devil, or was he the devil? He was an alright guy, he was a safe kind of, he was a chilled out alright guy. I found him to be quite amiable, but I suppose people probably do with the devil until it gets nasty. Anyway, the green fellow.
Oh, that's right. You're the ones that scared Dvalin away.
Yeah, like, look at his eyes! Blue and green, look at his eyes! I should be playing this on the PC for the full beauty, but look at his eyes. And that... The bunch is tied into pigtails, that's what they're called, isn't it? Pigtails. With the blue dip dye. I like your hair. Not a big fan of your pantaloons. Personally, I wouldn't be going around looking like a little Victorian schoolboy myself. But, are you wearing a... Is that a waistcoat, or is it one of those... Because all the ladies seem to be wearing these corsets that push their boobs up and bring their waists in. And you appear to be wearing one as well. But, I suppose we... What are you then? Are you is this our first non-binary character? Are you a they? You must be a they.
Dvalin? Who's that?
It's Storm Terror's real name. Lisa told us already, weren't you listening? Yeah, exactly, Paimon, weren't you listening?
Oh, right! Most people seem to call him Storm Terror.
And like, Paimon is still looking the most... Like, he's of the gods as well, isn't he? He's some kind of god character, because he was in that story about the dragon, and then he was talking to the animals, and like he's appearing out of nowhere. He's like of the gods. He's got an animo power, and she's flying, and like, you know, this is all very divine, isn't it? We're outside the cathedral.
Why do you call him that? Are you two meant to be close or something?
Oh, so close.
Hey, so Paimon thinks this guy has a screw loose. I'm Venti the Bard.
Venti the Bard.
3-time winner of the most popular bard of Mondstat, to be precise.
Amber's boyfriend. Amber's best friend. I don't know what he's into, whether he likes girls or not, but found you a boyfriend, Amber. Found you a nice boyfriend. You see? It'd be nice... You've got the gliding champion of Mondstadt and the most popular bard of Mondstadt. They make a good couple, wouldn't they? Green and blue, green and red would complement each other nicely. And wind if you blow wind into the fire, it makes the fire go. Like that. He's a he, but the voice acts as a she. So I think it's supposed to be androgynous, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I don't know if you would be into Amber, and I don't know if Amber would be into you on that level then. But if you are, you have my blessing. Kaya, no, Kaya was condescending and he'd stood too close to her. Get away from her, Amber. But I think you'd make a nice couple. And a bard, yeah, that's a good point as well. Thank you for your tippies. Do you remember I was slamming bards? I was saying who wants to be the bard. Because in MMOs you can be a bard these days, and it was always warrior, wasn't it? Big sword warrior, or mage, blowing people up with magic, or you could be a healer. You could be a priest and a healer, or like a paladin with a sword and a shield, or if if you want, you could be a bard and wield a little like harp and play songs. Like what? But he's a bard. He's a musician, like me. And I like the green. I'm a big fan of the green colour scheme. That's Ganji Kid styles. Like, if any of these characters, if I had to, put Ganji Kid on top of one of them, that's Ganji Kid. It's the most Zelda-esque character as well, isn't it? It's the most Kokiri styled character that we found so far. I like the flower in the hat. Do you know flowers modern times? Talking about little facts again. Pre-modern times, in the Victorian, the Edwardian, like even Elizabethan onwards, I suppose, flowers were commonly worn by men as well as women. Commonly a gift for men as well as women. Flowers weren't just like a man gives a woman flowers as like a romantic thing. They were much more common as gift. Like, they weren't as common in their abundance because like we had I'm not even going to start telling you about the tulip bubble, where tulip bulbs became the most popular commodity, and there was like a trend for tulips, 1800s I think that was, and they became the most popular commodity. Their prices rocketed. It was a bubble. The bubble burst, and tulips went out of fashion, and people lost money. But yeah, flowers. But Venti is a cool character with cool clothing. I'm very happy about them. I expect this character is going to be too cool for us to just get, because we were just offered Zhangling, weren't we? And we're going to get Zhangling. We know that because she's off. If we just complete the floor 3, we get Zhangling. But Venti, I've got a feeling, is going to be one of those characters you're going to be wishing for. It's a 5-star, so you need to wait for his banner. You can't just wish for him. You have to wait for his banner to wish for him. Is Venti our first pinboard character? Because Kayosaka Yako, whoever she is, she's the current banner. But I can't afford to wish for her more than once more. So I want to save up all my wishes for a character I really want. Venti might be that character. I don't know what his skills are like, though, and his fighting style, but certainly dress sense. Well, not quite the dress sense. I'm not a big fan of the pantaloons or the corset, but the rest of it is quite a snazzy get-up. I even like the way the Animo crystal, because green and green and green isn't always the best. Like the blue and the green do like sit nicely together, but it's not always the best to be like. I'm green on green today as well, aren't I? But and the lighting behind us is very weird. Today I put the lights on blue and greeny blue, and there he is, blue and greeny blue. It's a sign, but we can't have him.
So, what do you need from me?
We can't have them. What do we need from you? I want you to meet Amber.
Given you recognize us, Paimon doesn't believe we need to explain any further. Of course it's about Storm Terror!
Storm?
Hey! Cut it with the Amnesia Act! Alright, show it to him.
Paimon's animated.
Oh, isn't this...
What? The crystal has been purified? When?
Dvalin, the anguish he feels has brought him to tears.
Tears?
He was once such a gentle child, now so full of rage and suffering. I also came across a teardrop crystal. Can you purify it? You really do have some wonderful abilities.
Oh, magic!
Someone like you is going to end up getting written into a bard's poem.
Oh, he likes me. Oh, no. Don't get sweet on me, because... Amber. I think you'd be... I don't want this to happen. Any young man with the confidence to wear pantaloons is a winner. There's confidence and there's chuffing silliness. Like, he's going to fall in love with me because I'm here doing the magic, and he's going to fall in love. But I don't want him for that reason. I want him to be in love with Amber and to go out with Amber, and Amber's going to fall for him, and he's going to fall for me, and then we're going to love triangle. Oh no, Venti, you've gone from the best to the worst all of a sudden.
Oh, a hero so bright should she stand in the light, though stand in the shade, and you'll be met by a blade.
Oh, a hero so bright, I need a shite. Stand in the shade, drink lemonade. They're not very good poems, Venti, frankly. Just little rhyming couplets. Rubbish.
Alas, I've really not the time to compose a melody for you at this moment.
Doesn't impress me, Venti. I'm not getting impressed. Put it on Amber. Do it to Amber. Show Amber your tricks. Amber's too pushy for him. She's a ladder climber. Yeah, he's got a supporter on the way up. Gliding champion of Mondstadt, and someone whose name is basically Wind. Windy. Venti. Vents. Wind. Vents. Air vent. Windy. Vedi Venti Vici. So he could lift her up. You lift me up so I can fly like eagles. You lift me up so I can be the Arch Grandmaster of Mondstadt. So that's him. Him and her. Get it in your head, Venti. Stop looking at me with those eyes.
Even if Dvalin is not taken down, his life will still wither away in the breeze.
Do you know what? I don't know if I should care about these dragons. It all seems a bit weird to me, but like, we've got this dragon thing going on. It seems to be the main thing. Like, these people seem to care about it, but I'm just like, where's my twin? What's going on? I'm wrapped up in it now. And dragons, like, we've seen them a few times, but the average person on the street and out there in the world, there's monsters, but dragons don't really feature so much. But dragons are cool, and so if there's going to be more dragons, that would be cool. We've only seen one briefly, early, but apparently the dragons are a big deal.
He'll burn himself out in the flames of anger.
As a knight, I suggest you turn yourself in along with the dragon. No? Is there anything I can do to help?
I really must thank you for purifying the teardrop crystal. It has helped me greatly. But I've already come to devise my own plan.
Oh? And what plan would that be?
He's not going to tell you, Paimon.
Seeing this tear has brought to mind a friend so dear.
Oh, always rhyming, aren't you, Venti?
Friend?
One must be going.
Told you we weren't going to get told.
Hey, where are you running off to?
To the symbol of Mondstadt's hero. Bye-bye.
Huh. What do you make of that? As far as he's concerned, you're a weirdo too, you know. Know what?
His voice sounds familiar, apparently.
I don't know. You're alone on that one. But did he just say symbol of Mondstadt's hero? Oh, Paimon knows! It's that huge tree! You know, the gigantic one. You can't miss it. Surely you still remember.
Yeah, I do. It's our wishing tree, isn't it? It's our wishing tree. You just got to pop over there and keep talking to the chuffer. It's weird, isn't it? It's story, and it's like... I find it kind of weird that in a game that's action... Like, it's action RPG, and those RPG, that certainly the role-playing like bit, it's kind of like separated off into like periods of talking and story, and you're not going to be chuffing around, and then things where it's like get in there and do a load of chuffing fighting. A lot of the time in the fighting in the land and the talking in the, like, they're like separate, aren't they? Like, you do your daily quests, you get your fighting done, you have your bash, and then you do some talking. And I wonder how much fighting I'd do if I never did anything except for main quest. I wonder how much fighting I'd do, because it's good, it's interesting. And tell you what, like, for most games don't do this level of voice acting. I'm always complimenting the voice acting. I think it's really good. The level of story, obviously there's a lot more to it that I haven't seen yet, but the level of story writing, composition, character creation, all that is really good. And it's free, for fuck's sake. So I'm always blown away by how good that is. But for me as a player, I'm not like, you know, it slows down the, you know, I'm sitting here watching things happen. It's almost like I'm watching an anime sometimes though, so that's really good. But like, if I want to watch an anime, I want to watch an anime, and if I want to get in the action, I want to get in the action. I think the story gets better as you move on. That sounds good. Final Fantasy XIV has been praised for its story. I haven't played that game, but I know that there's a lot of games that have really interesting, good stories, and it's about the balance. For me personally, it's about the balance between letting that story be told and letting it be told through gameplay as much as possible. Like, there is a lot of that happening, you know, meeting people in the world, doing things with them, questing and adventuring. But, you know, that whole sequence then was just a chat with him, like just talking, like press the button to carry on talking. And there was quite a lot of talking. And if you're playing a game like, I don't know, Call of Duty, and it comes up with the cutscene, you're like hammering the button to get through the cutscene. Like, I don't know, you don't want to skip the cutscenes in this. They're part of the beauty of it. But at the same time, they've got to be really careful with that balance, because I suppose it's on me. I don't have to go to that tree now. I can go and do whatever I want. So I suppose it's on me. But and for stream, I think the story's really good. I think it makes a good stream for the story. But for me as a player, I just like to have I like to be banging these buttons as much as I'm sitting back and watching things take place. So yeah, it's interesting, that is. So there's something I wanted to do. I wanted to show you. I need to get a new cup of tea. I've finished my cup of tea. I need to refill my tea. And I want to show you. I wanted to go somewhere nice to do it. This is as good a place as any to do it. But I don't want to get talking to him yet. Let's go there and see what happens. And I need to make a cup of tea. I might just get a juice because, you know, it's quicker. Let's just get set somewhere. Tell you something else I like about the story. I like the fact that we've got a cast of characters, and often when they're creating a computer game, a lot of people think about the main character and the other people in the game as not just NPCs, but as supporting cast for the main story, for the main character. But here, by having this cast of characters, and they've all got their own stories and adventures and quests and personalities, I think that really is a good touch. I think that's a really clever device that allows the game to be far more expansive. Oh, look at the crystals! Oh, I'm going to want to catch them, and if I go over there, he's going to drag me into conversation. I just want to catch the crystal fly.
Keep up with me.
Got it. But the other one's gone off near him. I'm not going over near him. He'll get me in conversation, watch. There's a crystal fly, come on.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Got it. And the other one was going round here, was it? Yes. Gliding champion of Mondstadt. Amber, she picked them all. She got them all. See, she's brilliant, Amber is. She's brilliant. She's the best one. Christ, she's the best one. There's a cryo there that I need to kick off. Might as well do that now while I'm here. Then I'm going to get a cup of tea or a new drink, and then I'm going to do show you something special that I discovered today, something new that I found today. There you go. Have a bit of that. Is that all of them now? I thought that was my last one of those, because I did the others, haven't I? Look, I've done electric, and oh, there's the chest, right? Yeah. Precious chest.
There are a few interesting trinkets here.
Why do I always get crappy bows? Just like in real life, I can't go there. He's going to start chuffing. That's me, yeah. Crappy bow out of everything. Mystic enchantment ore. That sounds nice. I love that. Yeah. Berserker's rose. That's cool. Instructor's cap. Well, it'll do. Fine enchantment ore. We'll use that. The game just throws me crappy bows all over the show. Right. We're going to hang out here for a little bit. Is that an anemo? There's an anemo thing over there, look. Oh, I just want to hang out here, but I want to go and get that anemo thing over there. Alright. Alright, Rosario. Rosie. She's impatient, isn't she? Look, there it is. It's up there. How are you going to get that now, Rosie? You're not the gliding champion of Monster, and you picked up that. And you picked that up, and that's the first. That's the last one you want to pick up if this thing's above you. So, just go away and get rid of that fairy. I know I got wet from that. But, so that's got a fairy underneath it. So now I need the gliding champion of Mondstat for this. Because there's a fairy underneath it. So I've got one fairy. I need one more fairy. And then I'm up there and I'm getting that. So where's this other fairy? It's got to be around here somewhere. Can't be too far because you walk too far and it takes you out of fairy zone. Hey, I'm being attacked while I'm supposed to be doing my fairies. What's going on? There's fairy number 1. Right, look. This isn't going to cut it. There's 2 fairies for me there. Look, there's fairy number 2. And here's fairy number 3. And here's the gliding champion of Mondstat. And she's got that Enemo crystal. She's brilliant. Amber's the best. Isn't she? She's the best. Can anyone else shoot people from this distance? No. Clearly the best. No one else can set people on fire like that. What you doing?
Go, Baron Bunny!
And who else has got a Baron Bunny? Look at that, she's cleared them all out on her own. Amber's the best. She's the best, so why try harder? Have we left someone alive by mistake? Well, we can still kill them from over here because we're Amber. They're running back, look. They're running back to the old camp. Go on, get them from here. Ah, forget it. Anyway, I'm going to show you something cool in a minute. I'm just going to get a refresh on my drink. Refresh? Refresh? So what they've started doing with this, what they started doing with this cordial, this squash, this drink, you know when you fruit squash and you pour it into the cordial. I don't know what you call it in America. In our country, we call it squash. You pour it in with the water and you dilute it. Anyway, they've started making it really strong, so you get more in the bottle. You just forget. No, it's like I'm drinking jam. It's like I'm drinking Chuff and jam. So, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to go web browsing for a minute. I haven't even got the web browser open, so let's open that. It's going to be... I still use Firefox, you know. I still use Firefox. There you go. Apparently I should do... What do you mean you should... No, you should use Chrome and you should use chuffing whatever. Thing. No, listen. The reason why you should use Firefox, I learned this on a video recently. Firefox is now only like 14%. Well, 14% is in my mind because of earlier. It might not be 14%. Firefox has a much smaller market share than you would imagine. Maybe you don't imagine. Maybe you think Firefox is not popular. Of course it has a small market share. But everyone's on Chrome. Everyone's on Chrome. And if... everyone's on Chrome. I want to say everyone.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
That's a problem for a number of reasons. One, for security, because if you can find a little hack for Chrome, then that's everyone hacked. and it means that the hackers have, you know, only got one thing to think about. Yeah. And then maybe it's good for security though, because if you can secure it, everyone's secure. I don't know. But another reason is market share. Anything like that in the free market economy, it's not good if someone has a monopoly, is it? You want there to be competition. Competition drives innovation. Competition keeps prices low. In theory, it doesn't in practice. It does in theory. It does not in practice. So forget that idea. Get that out of your head. Get that out of your head. But
There's something
there are
strange
benefits.
over there. Come on, let's take a look.
There are benefits to competition. So if Firefox is stamped out of the market and you've only got two big browsers out there, and if one of those goes by the wayside and you've only got one, then we're in trouble. So we have a duty to use the the least popular of the three, Firefox, and maintain it. I think it's open source as well, or something like that. I think if you're into computers, you know, I think this is the most whatever open source, you know, egalitarian space of browsers. I don't know. I also use it cozier, of course, within Firefox.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
And on the new computer, I've got Chrome, but I downloaded Firefox just to make a point. That's not what I want to show you. That's not what I'm here to show you. I was got something to show you, and it's. I found this today. And Stevie Smith's written "Waving Not Drowning," and I haven't read a lot of her other stuff, frankly. Oh look, this one's read aloud. Oh, we can have that. Stevie Smith reads it. No. Poets reading poetry. You are shitting me. That's like the best thing ever. I didn't. Oh man, I literally heard this today on the radio, so I thought it's good. I didn't realise that. I wonder if it was the same person reading it as I heard on the radio today. That would blow my mind. That would blow my mind. So let me just. There's a problem with.
I feel like running.
We can't have Amber talking in the background. So I thought going here would be nice, but Amber keeps piping up. So we're gonna. How do we stop her from piping up but we keep the background? There is no way to do that, is there? Everyone makes their own little noise unless you have it on one of the menus. And there's no music in the menu. Why is it doing events? Look, you can see I'm going that way with it. No music in the menu, is there? It's a bit of a chuffer. I can do this. I can do this. Is it one of these go home? Not that. Isn't there a button for hold to quit? Yeah, hold to quit. Look, check this. I can do this. Take us back to the main menu. And then from the main menu, you can just go back into the game. But in the main menu, it'll go, ooh, ooh. It doesn't exactly fit the poem, but it's nice background sound. Sometimes I turn on Genshin Impact and I don't start the game. I just sit there letting that play for a bit and listening to it. It's a really good thing they've done. It's a really good job they've made of that. It's got a bit of Zelda, Ocarina of Time, Temple of Time vibe. You know, something going on with that. It's just such a good thing to put in. Well done. Well clever. Well done. I love it. Yup. So, web browsing. Let's turn those woo-woos down a bit. And hopefully this is going to sound like it did on the radio today. This is Stevie Smith reading her own poetry. I mean, that's fucking brilliant. Stevie Smith reading her own poetry.
One can sometimes find relief from all one's troubles by looking at animals, but I'm afraid you won't find much relief by looking at the Galloping Cat, which is the next poem. A horrible animal. The Galloping Cat. Oh, I am a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. So, one day when I was galloping about doing good, I saw a figure in the path. I said, get off, because I am a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. But he did not move. Instead, he raised his hand as if to land me a cuff. So I made to dodge so as to prevent him bringing it off. Unfortunately, I slid on a banana skin some ass had left instead of putting in the bin. So his hand caught me on the cheek. I tried to lay his arm open from wrist to elbow with my sharp teeth, because I am a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. Would you believe it, he wasn't there? My teeth met nothing but air. But a voice said, "Poor cat," meaning me, and a soft stroke came on me head. Since when I have been bald. I regard myself as a martyr to doing good. Also I heard a swooshes of wings and saw a halo shining at the height of Mrs. Higgins's backyard fence. So I thought, what's the good of galloping about doing good when angels standing in the path and do not do as they should, such as having an arm to be bitten off? All the same, I intend to go on being a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. So now with my bald head I go, chopping the untidy flowers down to and fro, and scooping up the grass to show underneath the cinder path of raw than all that skyey stuff of angels that makes so bold as to pity a cat like me that gallops about doing good.
So it jumped at the end there. So what? No. Playing random songs at me, you chuffer. I'm now going to read it again, just so that, like, because it missed a little bit at the end. And she speaks very. I didn't realise she spoke like that. But this is the Galloping Cat, Stevie Smith. Oh, I am a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. I'll just reiterate that first line. I just like. When I heard that on the radio today, because I was listening to, I am officially old now, right? I'm officially old. So I was listening to Radio 4, which in our country is like, if you're old, you listen to Radio 4. No, it was Radio 3, wasn't it? I was listening to Radio 3. I listened to Radio 1, BBC Radio 1 is if you're young. Yeah, if you're young and you like the cheeky girls or whatever shit they put on the radio now. You know, if you like Justin Bieber or someone, or whatever shit they put on the radio now. If you like Justin Bieber, you listen to you listen to Radio 1. Radio 2 is for people officially, you know, my actual age, who used to like the good music, but now the good music is not the good music anymore. But you still think it's quite popular, isn't it? You know, things like Coldplay. No, Radio 2's like, you know, if you've got a bit older and if you've got a garden. But if you do gardening, if you've got a garden, Radio 2, if you do gardening and you're old like me, then Radio 3, Radio 4. Radio 4 is actually the one that does the talking. Radio 4, there's no music, it's just talking. It's like radio plays and, talking. Radio 3, I like Radio 3. It's the classical music, the world music, the jazz music. You know, the music that grown-ups like. And they have a show on a Sunday, which I listen to. They also do the they do the church music. And sometimes when I'm walking the dog in the car on the way there, we listen to the Sunday service from the church. So I listen to the old people's radio. And they do words and music, it's called. They'll play a song and then they'll read a poem. And they played that. And I didn't realise it was actually Stevie Smith reading her own poem. Chuffing hell. And it struck me, oh, I am a cat. So this is from the perspective of the cat. Oh, I am a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. So, one day, when I was galloping about doing good, I saw a figure in the path. I said, get off, because I'm a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. But he did not move. Instead, he raised his hand as if to land me a cuff. So I made to dodge it, so as to prevent him bringing it off. Unfortunately, I slid on a banana skin. Some ass had left behind instead of putting it in the bin. So his hand caught me on the cheek. I tried to lay his arm open from wrist to elbow with my sharp teeth, because I'm a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. Would you believe it? He wasn't there. My teeth met nothing but air, but a voice said, "Poor cat," meaning me, and a soft stroke came on me head. Since when, I've been bold. I regard myself as a martyr to doing good. Also, I heard a swoosh as of wings and saw a halo shining at the height of Mrs. Gubbin's backyard fence. So I thought, what's the good of galloping about doing good when angels stand in the path and do not as they should, such as having an arm to be bitten off? All the same, I intend to go on being a cat that gallops about doing good. So, now with my bold head I go, chopping down untidy flowers down. I'm getting the words wrong. So, all the same, I intend to go on being a cat that likes to gallop about doing good. So, with my bold head I go, chopping the untidy flowers down to and fro, and scooping up the grass to show underneath the cinder path of wrath. Ha 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 ho. Angels aren't the only ones who do not know what's what and that. Galloping about and doing good is a full-time job that needs an experienced eye of earthly sharpness, worth, dare I say, if you'll forgive me a personal note, a good deal more than all that skykey stuff of angels that make so bold as to pity a cat like me that gallops about doing good. Like, it's brilliant, isn't it? Woof! Like, it's brilliant. Stevie Smith is now officially my favourite poet. It used to be that old racist Rudyard Kipling, but now it's Stevie Smith. My cat gallops about, ridding the garden of anything that moves. Gallops about doing good. You see? Gallops about doing good. But this cat galloped about doing good. Like, you can imagine it, can't you? And the way she's written a couple of the lines, she wrote to rhyme. He raised his hand as if to land me a cuff, so I made to dodge so as to prevent him bringing it off. Bringing it off, she writes, like off, like the Queen says off, not off, off. It's awfully posh, so the cat's posh. The cat's posh and he gallops about doing good. And he meets an angel. Tries to bite the angel. The angel was going to hit it. Tries to bite the angel's not there. He meets an angel or a ghost. And the angel taps its head and it goes bold. And so he considers himself a martyr. You know, like a martyr to the cause. He's lost that hair, but that's in service of doing good. Like, there's an angel. I don't know what it's supposed to mean. I think maybe if I read into it, because I only heard it today, maybe if I read it more and read into it more. But the angel he hears the swoosh of wings and saw the halo shining at the height of the backyard fence. What is the angel? Is it something earthly that I'm just, confusing that? Is it, a strimmer or something that's cut his hair off, an angel? I don't know. But the cat's seen an angel in his world. And he's galloping about doing good. So the angel should like that, but instead it made him bold. I don't know. It's just fucking cool. It's just really cool. So that's a poem. That, my friends, is a poem. Let's go back to Venti the Bard and see what kind of poems he's got. He's got no chuffing. It's not a poem. Is not like once upon I saw a cat. I saw that cat, it was fat. And then all that day, that cat did go away. Like, it's not, I make a rhyme, and then in time, will think of another rhyme. That's not what the art is. And that's the same with hip-hop, it's the same with poetry, it's the same. It's not about just thinking of another rhyme. If you're going to use rhymes, use them in a clever way. Use them in a clever way. D-double-E pen. I wonder if that'll do. D-double-E pen. Pen. How do you spell penitentiary? Penitentiary. and also, what are the other words? It begins with S. Sentence. Not penetrate. Penitentiary. But I can't spell penitentiary. Penitentiary. Now it's not showing me DEE, even though it was. Where's DEE? Oh god, when I put penitentiary, it didn't like it. Okay, DEE. I just want just that exact line, and I'm not gonna. I can't believe. Now I'm thinking about it. I can't believe there's not a video of DEE just delivering this exact line. But
Hey,
DEE
there's something
talks.
strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
He's a rapper, and he talks about writing a sentence with his pen, and obviously pen and penitentiary, and sentences. You know, he uses the words in two ways. It's really clever.
Today we honor.
I don't look. Everyone advertises Raid Shadow Legends, but I don't get paid for it. So please pay me for it, and then I'll do it. But not now.
Be easy, you know.
I don't know if he's going to say it in this, but
Oh my god.
Jean will be upset if she
Don't know why you
catches us
think you're a
lazing
G
around
fan.
like
Put down a zoot, you're not a weird man. You ain't on smoke like you don't want smoke with. Don't know why you think you're a G fan. Put down a zoot, you're not a weird man. You ain't on smoke like and you don't want smoke with. I've been on smoke since before. I even smoked furthermore.
no, that's not DEE. That's not him. That's the other fella. That's not DEE, is it? Where is he? If he's talking about smoking weed, that's not what I'm really. You know, I don't. But I was looking for this particular line.
Why you think you're a G fan? Put down a zoot, you're not a weird man. Put down a zoot.
Been on smoke for the longest. Still spit like I want this. Chip knows that I got this. Still here on the hot list.
So they're all just rhymes. Yeah, they're like, that's like MCing, like a line, a rhyme. But he does better than that. He's cleverer than that.
Don't mix my name with them man, they can't them man a what list. Don't mix my name with them man, they can't. None of them man are on smoke. None of them man are on nothing. 100 bluffing, just huffing and puffing. Just know it's cold turkey when I fill up your belly with stuffing. Just know that DW and chip man come from nothing. Now man know of something. I beg a man tell me something. No man can't tell me one thing. Them man are soft like dumpling. It's us in the whip man are pumping. But I'm a real OG and them man are stunting.
Don't know why you think you're a G.
So, I don't know. He didn't do it there. He didn't really give us his best there. But what can you do? What can you do? When you want to show someone something, you get something else off the internet. Who knows? Amber's still cheery. Let's talk to Venti. Dear Double, if you want to ramble, you look weak like Barney Rubble. I'll see if I can pencil you into my schedule. Come round this time next week with your boys, I'll break your feet with a golf club. Give you a handicap. Wear baseball caps and think you're gangster. Nose poked out like handicap or get smacked, get broke. That's me rapping, that was. So.
Oh?
We can all do
What are
it.
you doing here?
We can all do it, Venti. We can all do a few rhymes, Venti. We can all do a few rhymes. Slamming sets at parties like Jennifer Capriati. No requests, don't ask me. Vinyl DJ, not a gimp on a CD. Like a trained monkey man, you see in mirages. It's hot in here, take off your extra larges or your smalls or my corporals and sarges. While policemen be bent like Pilates. Seen a group of girls while they smell like menages. Bare to their necessities. Rest easy while the answers from the smarties. So bright right now, illuminate the Illuminatis. Chutter want control of your country. Like Berlusconi. I'm like Tony Soprano. Hard and sharp, not fatty like a Yankee. New version, merge like collages. Hit the red button and they won't press charges. They know what's good for them because I keep going for ages. Duracell bunny, but I run like the rage. In Spain, reign like the kings of the counties. On mounties, like on red horse, like in red on horses, like Ferraris in garages. Inside my head it's large like the TARDIS. I'm humble and unconscious like Marley, still dead but dread like Yardies. Count the amount of lyrics them as drop like their bodies. Shop for the info, don't stop with the studies. Never known as a prince, soon to be the artist. Well, the race is done, well, I'll have run the farthest. Like, I wrote this back when SARS from the east to the west, but now you can say the COVID diseases crossed from the east to the west, so you best check your families at ease. Sorry, I got a little bit excited there. And there was some misogynistic lyrics, because when I grew up, all the rappers were talking about all the ladies. So I wrote some misogynistic lyrics back in the day about seeing a group of girls, they smell like menages, bare to their necessities. That's misogynistic, really, but just a little bit cheeky, so I think I can get away with it. Because it's only some rhymes. It's not like I said racism. Look, here are we. What are we doing? Venting.
Though I was just wondering if you would happen to follow me.
I want to know more about the Animo God. Whatever, Venti. I wanted to have a rap battle, really, but if you want to talk about the Animo God, go for it.
You speak of the god of Animo, Barbados? He already disappeared from Mondstadt a long time ago.
If you want to rap, we can rap. If you want to chat, we can chat. Brrr, rat-a-tat-tat. Look, he's doing it with his hand. He's doing the hand, because he's a bard. Bards are rappers. Bards are hip-hoppers. Bards are bar droppers. That's what bards are. That's why they're called bards. In the UK, when you're rapping now, you don't call it rapping anymore. You call it spitting bars. I hate the word spitting for rapping because it's so crude. Spit. They're spitting. I'm not spitting. My rhymes aren't gob. I'm not spitting. You spit rhymes. You spit rap. You chat. You chat rap. Don't chat back. I chat rap. You get smacked. You don't like that. Look. Carry on, Venti.
Liyue and Inazuma's respective gods of Geo and Electro are still present, but Mondstadt has seen many a moon since they last saw their own god. Why do you wish to know about the god of Animo? Does it have something to do with Dvalin?
Oh, it's because gods...
Just how is it that everyone sees Storm Terror? I'm quite curious.
I don't even know what's going on, Venti, frankly. I take these
That said,
opportunities
there's
to have a little...
no need to rush.
I take these opportunities during these conversations to have a little break. A little smoky break. And it, like, frankly, I lose track of what's going on.
I have not been back in a while. It seems there are a few who are unhappy with my arrival.
Shit!
I can't open my eyes! What is a creature like that doing out here in such a calm place? You think it was going after that green guy? His relationship with the wind seems even deeper than yours.
Paimon was chatting to me. Suddenly we're in a fight. Venti's chuffed off, he don't care.
That's cheating.
I know, it is cheating. Venti's chuffed off, he don't care. Amber's the only one that's good for this because she's got the range, look. You can also use Lisa for these, but Amber's got the range. Whoa, 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 whoa. And she can bring them down.
Punishment.
And then you can lay into them with the other characters. Where is it? It's brought down again. Quick, quick.
Steady as stone.
What's it doing? No, 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 no,
Keep up
no.
with me. Get him.
Huh, I'm doing all this on controller as well. I actually find Amber handles better on PC. WASD keys. Certainly the arrow firing is easier.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Well, we didn't get to wallop it then. Wasn't quick enough to get in and have a wallop. Dr. Edith's in the field. Dr. Edith's still in the field. Look, watch out, Dr. Edith. Run, 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 run. Oh, you got mashed. Got mashed up, bro. Finish it with the kipper.
Seems the dragon wasn't the only thing affected by this change in the wind.
Where the fuck did you go? We just had to bash that up, mate. You pussy. I'm doing my rapping now, like my, what do you call them, like those, edit blood, like fucking OG innit, man, pussy. You're fucking hidden, you're fucking hiding because you're fucking pussy blood, innit? Like, I think we should be able to rap without having to be extra super street. I don't think we should need to be a bad person. Like, when I say a bad person, they call themselves bad men. Bad man, innit? Like, street. I don't think you need to be like some drug-dealing bad man to be a rapper. I think we need to separate those ideas and get them right pulled apart, frankly. I think this goes in America as well. You know, all those, you know, Death Row Records, Suge Knight, what's his name, Snoop Doggy, and 50 Cent, and... You know, they're all about rap. Oh, it's all like, oh, I've got to be the biggest gangster. And once you get there, then you can start rapping about it. No. Enjoyment of language, love of poetry, music, harmony, verse, like the interplay and the juggling act of words meaning different things and having different meanings and being able to play with people's ideas as you deliver the words, and for them to get those double meanings, as you're saying. It's like comedy in a way, isn't it? The way that comedy works, that, you know, someone says something and you know what they mean and they know what you mean and you all know what they mean, so you have a laugh, but no, they don't have to say exactly the thing. Like it's so clever, isn't it? So clever. Being clever. Why do you have to be a big drug dealing, pimping gangster to do that? Why are those things connected? I don't know how that's happened, but really, and I know it's not now. I know that we've had it all, trip hop and Brit hop and, you know, whatever. You can have any other kind of hip hop now. Yeah, I get it. But still, I just showed you, like, the person who I think's my favourite rapper, and they still play up to that bad boy image all the time. They still can't get away from it. It still sells the records and impresses the kids. The N-word. Now that's another thing. In the UK, I don't really know if it's as common to even amongst even amongst black communities, I don't think it's as common. But in America, it's prolific, isn't it? The N-word, and I don't dig it. I don't like it. I've seen all that historical context and all the bad stuff. I've seen that. You know, I'm aware of all that, the bad stuff. And then I just think it makes me uncomfortable to hear it. And I know it's said in a different way, and, you know, it's on all the records, isn't it? And, like, you know, when I rap along to the records and sing along to the records, sometimes I have to drop a word out because I don't want to say that. He said it on the record, but I'm not saying it. You know? But I just, yeah, I wish we could drop all that shit. And why it has to be some, like love of poetry and delivering to music. I don't know if it has to be anything to do with, like, an impoverished community or a black community or you know, I don't think anyone has to own that in a, you know, it has to be coming from this voice and this style. No, I think that holds it down and spoils it. And I think what's a shame is you hear a lot of people sometimes, well, there are some really good rap stars that come through that, aren't there? You know, you've got your Naz's, haven't you, and what have you. But like, what's a shame is that some people rise and all they do is like blah 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 cha blah blah cha, and like there are some people out there who don't get listened to because they're not talking about those themes. Maybe they wouldn't fit in at the shows. Maybe that's me. Maybe I feel like that. Oh, it's not fair on me. But what I'm saying is that I've listened to and enjoyed so many varied different cultures of music, but with rap it seems that it gets fed down that pipe quite a lot, and I bet there's some really wonderful voices that most rappers would think are brilliant that just don't get lifted as such because of that whole other thing that goes along with it. Yeah, really interesting thing that just came out of my brain, I guess, in a way, but it's only because I'm talking to this fellow. Pantaloons. I will not rest until I can see Johnny Pantaloons on stage next to 50 Cent. 50 Cent giving it the murderer, you know, giving it the full bad man thing, and then him come out with his little pantaloons, his little harp, deliver some rap. I can't have the audience putting him down and laughing at him. You can't be doing that. He just as much right to be there. If you want it to be equal rights and fair, and, you know, you want women's equal rights and everything, then binary, everyone's got a right to be there. And, you know, you never know. A rap artist that does that doesn't get taken seriously. Yeah, exactly. It's the consumer's fault. It's their fault. And it is in a way, because they all buy into that crap, don't they? And that's the other thing, is that I remember listening to all this shit about, and I've written some lyrics like it myself, because it seeps into your brain. But I remember listening to that shit about like, you know, hookers and hoes and pimps and bitches and all that, and thinking that's not really, I don't admire that. I like the rappers and I like their songs, but some of them I think, oh, you spoiled it now with that shit. My favourites of all time, like, you think about The Score by the Fugees, and that does not have, it does have a little bit, it even says the N-word in one of their little skits, because it was a time when you made it was PlayStation 2. It was PlayStation 2, and I'd gone to university. Or was I just about to go to university? I might have just been able to go to university. Like, I took maybe the first. I remember playing it at uni as well, so maybe I did take it with me to uni. It was that cross divide between the year before uni and being at uni that year, and it was a difficult year for me, for God's sake. I wasn't always at home playing computer games, but there was a game called Dave Mirra's BMX. PS2 it would have been. Like, it doesn't sound right when I say this now, when I look at this. Dave Mirra BMX on the PS2. That was it. That was the one. Oh, it's got the soundtrack. It's got the whole soundtrack. Oh my god, it's got the fucking whole soundtrack. I love it. Rage Against the Machine, look. Black Sabbath, Paranoid. Let's just listen to a little bit of Paranoid. We're not going to listen to all these tracks. I'm not doing a full... we're going to get back to Genshin Impact in just a second, but I need to tell you about music, computer games, and a troubled childhood. So, I'll just turn it right down, so it's chugging away in the background. So, Ozzy Osbourne's from Birmingham as well. Ozzy Osbourne's from Birmingham. Anyway, Dave Mirra BMX 2, I played such a lot of it, and I guess the game doesn't look as impressive, but it had this soundtrack, this cool soundtrack. Rage Against the Machine, Wake Up. So much of Rage Against the Machine was so important to me when I was growing up. But it had this soundtrack, look. The Cult, She Sells Sanctuary as well. Like, this is not like other... Like, it doesn't seem to fit with this, but it does fit with this. But, like, a real eclectic choice of music that really, like, work well together. I won't play too much because we're going to get copyright strikes, I know it, but so it had this like really cool soundtrack, and the game itself, like that song, it makes me think of soaring through open air, and it's going to look rubbish, right? It's going to look rubbish when we look at this. Dave Mirra BMX 2 it is, isn't it? So Dave Mirra BMX 2, well, it's this, isn't it? It's this, so Freestyle BMX 2, yeah, but it's going to look rubbish. I know it is, but in my brain... Hello. In my brain, it's like crisp graphics. Because remember, when you got your PlayStation 2 back then, it was crisp. It was the best thing ever. So, like, in my brain, it's crisp graphics. It's flying through the air. It's doing flips and stunt flips and, back flips and all that sort of shit. Let's see if it matches up to expectation in my memory. Not really. But look, you can hear this song.
Actions have reactions, don't be quick to judge. You may not know the hardships, people don't speak up. It's best to step back and observe with cool, for we all must meet our moment of truth. Sometimes we gotta...
So it's like Tony Hawk's, but you're on a BMX, and I just played so chuffing much of this, listening to that soundtrack at a difficult time in my life, and it just means so much to me. But now looking at it, the game doesn't stand up to my memory of it, which is weird because I remember it being a lot more crisp and a lot better. But yeah, the music was so important. And there was another track by Gangstar, so this kind of like got me into Gangstar in a big way as well. There was another track by Gangstar called Above the Clouds. I thought that was on the soundtrack. But that's fucking amazing as well. So yeah, though, like we were lucky as well growing up. Like we had these video games to disappear into, and within the video games there was a lot of depth of culture as well. Like Tony Hawk had it, didn't it, with its soundtrack. mainly pop punk and neo punk. But yeah, it was like a cool place to be, a happy place for me. And Genshin Impact's very much like that as well. So I should get back there now, shouldn't I? After a little musical breakdown. I wonder what it's growing up without having to be. Oh yeah, that's chuffing true as well. Imagine that, because I know a little bit. I've heard a bit about country music. You know, I've heard of and heard country music, but only as like a novelty when I was growing up. Oh, that's a bit of American stuff. But when I've grown up a bit more, only as I now know what America is and have a perception. And then there's the music. Yeah, it's like, and even then, I listen to more blues. Bluegrass I listened to for a bit when I was like, you know, exploring that music, but the country and western didn't have as much pull on me. But I heard of Nashville, I've seen what Nashville's like, I know about Elvis, and as someone who you know plays the old guitar, I can't help feeling alone. The world out of control. I know I'm depressed, but my response is correct. Am I sinking or is the water rising? Celebrating, selling, advertising space. The horizon rising up to crush me. In your eyes I was lost. So like, as someone who does that, like, part of my heart will be in Nashville. I haven't never been. That's my new song. Have you not heard it? We probably haven't heard it because I haven't done it loads on the old. I haven't pushed it. I just put it out a little bit quietly. It's on the Light Horse. You've heard it. I don't have to play it again. But yeah, like, I probably don't do my best. Like what I do with the music is I do a little song like that and then I put it on the computer and then turn it into something else. But when I play it acoustically, like, and I'm not the good singer, am I? I'm not the good singer. So what I dream of, in a way, is being able to go to Nashville with the guitar, like they do. That's what they do. I should do it for a year. I should give it a go for a summer. Because I've seen it on the telly, they have songwriting groups. Like, there's so many songwriters there, they're all in groups. Like, they have songwriting evenings, they have songwriting events, they have singers on at all the places. Like, I could meet people, I could share my songs. Maybe someone wants to buy the songs, maybe someone puts them out, maybe they don't. But if they don't hear them, they never know. So I could just go, like all the other people, with my, you know, my dreams and my hopes, to Nashville and just put it out there, you know. And I've seen it on the telly. Apple Music. See, I don't know how to use that shit, Apple and Spotify, but I'm the little songwriting engine. That's what I am, a little songwriting engine. You give me the guitar, leave me on my own with my computer, I'll churn out songs. Yeah, and have someone else in the room, put me in a band, have their influence and sharing influence. Together we'll churn out different songs, but I'll always be part of that engine. I'll always be feeding ideas and contributing, writing full songs, bits of songs. Maybe we should do a bit of this. What about if you do that? Like, I'm always like, I've never not written songs all my life. So yeah, that's my bit. Like Venti, I'm a little Venti. I'll tell you what I'm not good at: getting all the people in the venue, talking to anybody in the music industry. I gave all that, like, that was my first, from school, I wanted to be in music. I wanted to be in music, didn't I? I went to university with music on my DJ in my brain, and, you know, wanted to be in music. We're going to do more music creation on this stream, aren't we? We bought Reason, we're going to do that. But it's just interesting. I know I saw the world, met some of the people that were doing that stuff. You know, didn't just go to the gigs, but met some of the people, saw the world, and just thought, I'll do the little songwriting engine room. I'm like a little one of the Beatles. I'm not the world tour. I mean, take me on a world tour and I'll go, but, like, do you know what I mean? All that other drive, all that other industry, all that other push, all that other networking, not like the filmmaking stuff, all that other stuff, I'm not even that into it. No thanks. I like playing live, don't get me wrong, I like playing live, but honestly, if I could only do one thing out of all of it in the music industry, I'd still just want to I need to express myself by writing songs. So I'd choose that. I wouldn't choose being the lead. Like, if I could be lead singer of Coldplay tomorrow, but I'm not allowed to write any songs, I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't want to sing Coldplay songs all day, no thanks. But you'd be on the stage, you'd be a big rock star, yes, no. Only if it's my songs. Only if it's our band. Only if it's something we've done together and worked on, and if it means something in our soul and the people love it for whatever reason, great. But if not, it doesn't matter, because I need to get this out. I need to express through songs. So, yeah. Creativity. I'm a music writer, so that's why I want to go to Nashville, is because they get that there. They understand that. Someone like me in Nashville is not like an idiot. They're like, oh great, well we've got loads of singers. Like we've got singers in studios waiting for songs, mate. We've got an industry that relies on people coming up with songs. There's people that do that. In the UK, it's a bit more of a smaller closed shop with that. You've got your Ed Sheerans and people. There's not that many performing artists who are desperate for, like, and there's a smaller group and they've got their writers, and I feel it's hard. Like, if I had a teammate, a singer, somebody who wanted to sing the songs and go out and push them, then that would be great for me. But anyway, that's a little chat, isn't it? That's a little chat. Should we get on with this? Because anyone who's watching this is thinking, what the fuck is this guy doing? Right? We're supposed to be doing... It's because I met Venti, and Venti's like the spirit of music, isn't he? He's like the soul of music, and music's part of my soul and yours. I'm sure it's part of yours as well. I bet you like to whistle a little tune. Oh, you don't want to blow that? Hey, I always have that kicking around, as well as my ocarina. I used to take that in my pocket when I was bored. I used to sometimes pop it out at a gig. If you ever pop out a harmonica at a gig, you get in a world of joy. On your own, everyone else is like, what the fuck's that dude doing with the harmonica? He's not in the band, what's he doing? But you just like... give it some. I can love it. Anyway.
Now then, you were saying someone had told you about the dragon?
Well, Venti, I was saying something about music and other stuff, but... dragons it is. Go on, Venti. It's up to you now. It's your turn, Venti. Go for it, Venti. Play me a tune, or tell me about a dragon.
Is that so? Quite the scholar, I must say that, Lisa. She's not wrong. The conflict has reached this point only because both sides have resorted to the use of force.
Well, that's what we're all about, Venti. We're not like... UN peacekeepers, and even they've got guns. We're kicking ass. We run around, we spank things. Amber's firing arrows, burning arrows at them. Firing volleys of burning arrows. Firing volleys of lyrics like burning arrows into your culture. Kids grab my roaches to sell as memorabilia. Listen, Venti, we're all about that shit. In this game. On the streets in real life, I think it's really out of order. I think only last resort, but here, Venti, don't poo-poo us. I thought we were doing good.
His hate, however, did not arise from the people not making tribute to the Four Winds. Nor was it born from his own nature, but instead came about as a product of his degradation.
Degradation?
The black blood flowing through his heart has been torturing him for years. That's what has allowed him to be led astray by the lies of the Abyss Mage.
Abyss Mage? Yeah, I think we've met them, haven't we?
Correct. They are from the Abyss Order, an organization comprised of non-human beings. They despise mankind. I don't know where they come from. All I know is that they hold deep hatred toward the human world.
Things are getting heavy.
Many hilly trolls out in the wild take orders from them and act as their weapons. Before arriving here, I too was like Dvalin, cursed and left to waste. But now, before us stands the symbol of Mondstadt's hero, the place from which Mondstat rose. The wind amongst the branches is good. I love the way it smells. Being here with you beneath this great tree feels like when the tear was purified earlier. Like the poison is leaving my body.
I don't know what's going on. He likes that tree, though.
Feels much better.
So, how exactly did you get poisoned?
That would be because I tried to communicate with Dvalin earlier, but was interrupted. As a result, not only did I not manage to help Dvalin break his curse, but instead was also infected myself.
Apparently it's our fault. Apparently it's my fault. It's not my fault, you chuffer. You can chuff off.
Yes, it was you.
No.
So to make up for it, you're coming with me to the cathedral.
The Mondstat Cathedral? To do what exactly?
We've just been in town. Well, we just had to come out to this fucking tree and now we've got to go back to town. Messing about at the tree when we should be in the cathedral. It's raining as well.
To claim a certain holy lyre de Himmel.
Yeah, manipulative as well, yeah. He's leading the group now. He's gone. He's leading the group. He's gone. But he's leading the group. New quest. Go to the cathedral with Venti. I just want to check how this is panning out on my quest list. Let me just move my face. Venti's plan for a Prologue Act 2. This is the only other quest we can do apart from world quests. There hasn't been any combat yet. I wonder if we're going to get a dungeon. Because if we're going to get a dungeon, we've already done 3-hour stream now. So I'm thinking maybe I'll leave this next bit. Because instead of a dungeon, we got me talking about hip-hop and getting all emotional about music. Someone in Liyue Harbour. Someone in Dadadupa Gorge. Someone from Liyue Harbour's found a way to fix that camera. Follow the path for that guy up the mountain. That's tough. At the Adventurer Camp, there's some ice up the mountain. The Adventurer Guild is recruiting new adventurers. Talk to Iris. That's up the mountain as well. According to Dr. Livingstone, there are 3 hilly child tribes surrounding the Sword Cemetery in the gorge. To the north, the south, the east, west. The key to breaking the seals on the Sword Cemetery may lie within their encampments. Maybe we should do that. Let's go for a little Barney with some hilly chills in the rain. Where are they? Dadadupa Gorge is over here. Why did I not put it on my... Explore and unlock the Tri-Seal. It's not exactly the weather for it, is it? Why am I over here? Didn't I want to be Dadadupa Gorge? I can hear the dog chuffing about upstairs now. Marlo, what are you doing up there? The dog's chuffing about upstairs, and the cat. These cats, right? The cat's got his face. I've got these LED light panel things to light up the room for this. The cat's got his face on one of them over there. Must be bright, but explore and unlock the Tri-Seal. Now, what did it say? Maybe I shouldn't be messing about here. I just wanted a quick 10-minute thing to knock it on the head with some action. To the north, the Meaty Tribe. The south, the Sleeper Tribe. And to the valley of the east, the Eclipse Tribe. This is the Gorge. This is the north. This is the Meaty Tribe. I see, look. They've got their own little encampment there, the Meaty Tribe. And then here's the Cheapy Tribe or whatever. And then over here, there'll be another one there, look. Yeah? So I've got to go kicking ass and taking names at these places. And that one is a chuffing timer challenge. So I think we should go and do a timer challenge. Do you remember the Crystal Maze? I don't know if you had the Crystal Maze in America. 1, 2, check 1, 2. I don't know if you had the Crystal Maze in America, but they used to have those challenges, and if you didn't get the challenge, you got locked in the room. Here, nobody's getting locked in any rooms. Who do I want on my team? I mean, Rosari is good, isn't she? But I'll tell you who's good as well is... in the rain is Lisa's good in the rain. I haven't upgraded Rosie's weapon yet. I mean, unlock the Tri-Seal. Is this going to be one of them, isn't it? It's got to be. And there's chests to win, and then there's that thing. So this seems like a good test of strength. Mind you, I bet I could have done this before I had the world level go up. Do I want Lisa? What do you think? Oh, let's just go for it. Let's just give it a crack.
Someone needs assistance. Leave it all to me.
Hang on, if you're all wet, then I can...
Hey, go, Baron Bunny!
Not that one. Not that one.
Yeah!
That one.
You can't run!
Killing everything. Oh, I just messed with my settings on obs. Sorry. Little pause in the killing. Whoa, 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 whoa. She got punched.
No escape!
As a dutiful maid woman...
Time's running out. Got him. That sorted it, didn't it?
Ooh.
A few cheeky chests. It's nice to put them all the way around the edge, so I have to run around getting them.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Opening a chest is like unwrapping a gift.
Yeah. Presents for Amber. What's that? Cryo. So we do want Rosie, don't we?
You can't run!
That was one of the seals. There you go. So I'm guessing the same happens here, the same happens here. But that is for another day, my friends. We're going to return to Mondstadt, send our expedition out for the next time. And even if I want to play any more later on tonight, secretly, quietly, on my own, I might be trying out my wet acid duckies on the other setup to do my, what you call it? You have to spend your, don't you? You have to spend your, what's it called? You have to spend your resin. And I've still got 100 resin to spend, so I might just go and do some little cheeky resin quests.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
I'm a knight now. So I'm a knight now, Catherine. I'm a knight. Just always send Kyra out, because... And we're sending Lisa on that one as well. There you go. And they go and get some... They go and get some crystals for me while I'm away. We were talking about cats earlier, weren't we? We should have done the poem over here. This is where we should have come for the poem, look. Because there's little cats, little zebra cats, look. Little catun. Hello, little catun. Hello, little catuns. Look, little catuns. This is a black cat. This is a grey cat. Little catuns. And look at this one. It's got like a little zebra. Great. Wonder where that one came from, eh? With the grey and black stripes. Mommy cat and daddy catten. Little stripy catten. So there we go. We'll just leave Amber on the steps with the cats. Amber can stay here with the cats. Yeah, there we go. I shouldn't go on past 3 hours. Shouldn't go on past 3 hours. I like to do short chunk streams. You know? 3 hours is about my max, I think. Unless we're doing something really special. I feel like carrying on for a bit. I don't mind being on stream any longer. I'm quite happy to be on stream for longer. But also, it's like 10 o'clock. Maybe I should eat my dinner. And I think when we upload this to YouTube, someone can watch 3 hours. But you push it longer than that. What are you going to do? If I do more than 3 hours a day, I'm asking a lot of people. Well, hopefully it's been fun. I've enjoyed being here with you. It's been great. I've had a good time. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. I've done my old man hip-hop night. Nowadays, because it used to be, nowadays it's, when I was a lad, Dr. Dre was cool. You don't know anything about hip-hop, young whippersnapper. That's changed, hasn't it? But yeah, I did that. And we've got a lot achieved. Tomorrow is Monday. So tomorrow's Mental Health Monday, 8 PM GMT. We're looking at conspiracy theories and how they affect your mental health. We've got a long, ongoing investigation to do there, so we're going to be doing that.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
Exactly, Amber. So in the daytime, I'll be doing my work, which is streaming. And we're going to look tomorrow. I haven't finished the full investigation because I'm not a quantum physicist. But we're going to look tomorrow at Tesla's ideas about free power. Whether Blackpool Tower or the Eiffel Tower or any other tower or any of these old buildings, whether any of these towers are generating free power. We're going to look at Tesla's power setup and what he was doing. It's going to be interesting. That's tomorrow, 2 PM GMT on YouTube. And apparently, yeah, we've got a big eclipse. I mean, when you've seen one eclipse, you've seen them all. When I was a lad, we had the whole sun eclipsed. It weren't just the moon. When I was a lad, we had the whole sun. I know it's going to be interesting to see the eclipse, so I might as well have a look at it. But in my experience, I'll tell you an eclipse story. Big eclipse story. We've been at the fencing training camp in Penzance, and we were playing volleyball out at the back on the volleyball court, and it was sunny. And then the eclipse happened. It came over. We had glasses. Everyone had to look at it with your glasses. Don't look straight at it. You'll hurt your eyes. Make sure you wear these special glasses. So everyone had their special glasses ready. We were playing volleyball, and when it happened, we all stopped playing volleyball. I remember it clear as day. And put these glasses on to look at it, and every one of us had a little look without the glasses. Every one of us. Can't help it, just to see if it... You've got to have a look. You're not going to burn... Is it going to burn my eyes? Oh, it didn't really burn my eyes. Anyway, look. And we saw the eclipse, and I was there. It was a big event. It was on the news, the eclipse. I was there. We were in Penzance, so it's stuck in my memory. We were in Penzance playing volleyball on a fencing training camp. Saw the eclipse. So yeah, and it went dark, and it was like, oh, isn't it dark? And by the time you thought that, it started getting light again. And then that was it. We played more volleyball. Like the eclipse. The moon eclipse might be the same. And sometimes there's clouds. Every other eclipse that I've tried to look at, there's been clouds, and I've been like, oh, well, this is disappointing. I mean, I know it's impressive, and it's the universe and all that, but I don't know. I'm just like looking at... I like looking at the stars. I do. I like looking at the stars and the moon. I do. So the eclipse is good in theory and everything, but it's not like, it's not like the Chuff in Shawshank Redemption that you can watch for 2 hours, hour and a half, and be like, oh, that was good. Clever. It wasn't like that. It was just like Chuffing... Just looks different in the sky now. Fine. Everyone's looking at it. I'll just go back in. I'll go back in. I'll be first in the dinner queue. It's just the sky got dark. When it happened, the eclipse, the sky went dark. Well, every night the sky goes chuffing dark. Every night. I'm used to the chuffing thing. You know how often I can't see the moon? Most... How often out of all the time do you not see the moon? Most of it. Quite often I look in the sky and where's the moon? Oh, I don't know. It's behind a cloud or some shit. Like, that's like the eclipse. It's behind a cloud. Most of the time in your life, you can't see the moon. Yeah? Most of your time. If you add up all the time on a pie chart, time I can see the moon is only a small sliver. So the fact that when the eclipse happens, you won't be able to see it, that's like normal. It's more normal than anything. In fact, it's it's not common that you can even see the chuffing moon, is it, really? Like, the full moon, it's not every day of the week you can see the full moon. So the fact that it goes away for a little bit, it's away most of the time. Eclipse. Tomorrow as well, we're going to look at, see if we can, sorry, way to ruin it, Gravekeeper. Yeah, but they're all out there looking at it. And I'm like, stood out there like, yeah, there it is. It's just as they said it was going to be in the books. Can I go inside now? So I'll tell you the other one I used to not understand. This is the other one. You don't have it in America maybe, but bonfires. We have every year, we have bonfire night. It's on November the 5th. You have Halloween, and we don't do so much for Halloween, but we have bonfire night, November the 5th. It's when we celebrate the terrorist attack on the Houses of Parliament. Because there was a terrorist attack on the Houses of Parliament, and Guido Fawkes, he put a load of gunpowder underneath the Houses of Parliament, and he was going to blow them up. But he got caught, thank God, because otherwise he'd have blown up the Chuffers. And so Guy Fawkes night, bonfire night, November the 5th. Remember, the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason and plot. And these things should never be forgot. So we always remember that he was going to try and kill the king, and he was going to blow up the Houses of Parliament. So we have a bonfire, and it's every year, November the 5th, and it's like, pop-pops, exactly, pop-pops. He's upstairs on his mommy's bed. Pop-pops. They have a big bonfire, the pop-pops, the fireworks, and they have toffee apples. It's Halloweeny because it's in the same part of the year, November, October. You know, it's the same time of year, so it's a winter night thing. The fireworks, the toffee apples, they're like apples on a stick with sugar on them. They're rubbish. And like the kids come out, we watch the bonfire, and like you make a guy. As kids, you make an effigy of this fella that tried to blow up the Houses of Parliament. You build an effigy of Guido Fawkes, and you put him on the bonfire and you burn him. Like you go around showing people your effigy in like a competition, who's made the best guy. And also it was tradition to have children parade them around the streets and ask for charity money. Penny for the guy. Like, honestly, that's true. That's like tradition in our country. And then you put the effigies on the bonfire and you burn him. And so we have this huge bonfire. And in our area, in our local town, like every other local town, some public group will have an event, like most of us have had a school bonfire over the years. Like might have gone to the school bonfire, but in our local village it was the school but it was also the village bonfire. It got out of hand, it got bigger, it got the village bonfire as well. So then you have in our local town, the rugby club do it because they've got fields. The rugby club do a bonfire, and if you're into having a drink as well, because they've got the rugby club, they've got the bar. So we used to every year, if you live in our town, you meet up with all the friends you haven't seen for a year at the rugby club and have a beer at the rugby club bonfire. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a fucking great big fire out there as well. And like, when I say a fucking great big fire, it's a fucking great big fire. Like a great big one. And it did used to, you know, as a child, it did used to fill me with awe in a way. You know, awe. Wow, look at this great big burning fire. And then as I grew up, I just started to think, like, what the fuck is the point in the fire? Like, I'm out here in the cold, there's the fire. And fireworks are very similar for me. I'm very similar with fireworks. I've seen a few in my life, unless you're going to go all balls out and show me something major. And I'm in the cold, there's a fire that keeps me warm, does it? No, it makes me smell of horrible smoke and petrol fumes. And it's mainly made, these days, the fire's mainly made of like pallets, isn't it? And rubbish. It's not like mainly made of like lovely cedar wood or anything. It's just like children burning people in effigy is wholesome, exactly. But, you know, it's a winter festival, so you're all outside, you all got your gloves and your wellies on, and it's muddy and it's cold, and you might have a hot soup or something like that. And I'm thinking, thanks for the hot soup, but why can't we go in the hot room? Why can't we go indoors in the hot room? Why do we have to be out here in the fucking cold with the bonfire? Like, it's a fucking fire. It's just a giant fire. Like, have we not, like, our winter festival, we've missed the trick, because the winter's cold, so our festival should be all indoors, and we should do something lovely and like all. Imagine this, right? Imagine instead of a giant fire, we have a chocolate cake baking competition, the Winter Chocolate Cake Festival. I don't have to ruin everything. I could make it better. The winter chocolate cake and chocolate vegan chocolate and fruit festival. The winter berries and fruit and nut festival. Like, oh, yummy. That sounds nice. Why don't we have that? No, you've got to go out in the cold. And also, they used to have hot dogs and burgers. It was one of those sort of events. Hot dog, a big barbecue in the freezing cold. Why are you cooking all these burgers outside in the freezing cold? On a big barbecue in the freezing cold. Why are you doing that? Why can't we cook them indoors? Like, you have your hot dog and you're outside and it's cold. And like, I've got to have my wellies on and my big winter coat and I'm holding a little sparkler and like eating a fucking burger. Like, I'd rather be indoors on my Xbox. Back then it was an NES for me, but I'd rather be indoors on my Nintendo. And they are good childhood memories. They are, they stick in my mind at least. They stick in my mind at least of being out and being cold. And everything's dangerous as well, bear in mind. You're not allowed to mess with anything, are you? Don't go too close to the fire. They put up a fucking thing round it now, health and safety. Don't go too close to the fucking fire. And then also, they have to check the fire for hedgehogs and mice and things, because they build it like days in advance, so animals go underneath it. Sometimes there's a burning animal in there. That's horrible. Right, don't go too close to the fire, it's dangerous. Don't mess about with the fireworks, they're dangerous. Can you throw things in the fire? Absolutely not. But when you go through a certain age, there's always a young group of like 12 to 13 year olds who are throwing like deodorant cans in the fire. There's always a group of 12, and at some point that was me. But you're not supposed to throw things in the fire. You just got to stand there and see it. It burns. The guys burn. The fire burns, and you're outdoors. And enjoy that, because in about an hour and a half there'll be fireworks, and the fireworks will take 10 minutes, and then they'll be done right at the end. But enjoy yourself for an hour and a half while we get the fireworks lined up. Have you had a burger? Well, I've seen them, but like they're just being cooked on a horrible barbecue outside. My dinner's much nicer usually than that. I'll have the hot soup to warm me up. Well, what are we doing out in the fucking cold then? Is this by choice? Isn't it? It's by choice. It's November. It's the middle of winter. It's not the middle of winter. It's the early onset of winter in the UK. But what are we doing out in the cold? Can I have a little fire indoors? Can I have a little fire indoors? And you can have cake and you can have nuts. You can make it in the winter, like people like putting on jumpers and things, don't they? You could have like a dressing gown festival where you're all in your dressing gowns with like fruit and nuts and chocolate and smoothies and like winter movies on the like, why are we not doing that sort of stuff? Why are we forced out in the cold for an event which is a non-event because it's just a fire? It's not like anyone. They don't even have fucking music. There's fireworks and the other thing. The fireworks and the fire. There's no music. There's no stage. There's no main stage. There's no. Do you know what I mean? If there was, it'd be better off in the fucking summer, because then you could stand outside in a t-shirt and enjoy it. Fucking freezing cold in winter, out in the cold. No wonder they do a fire. It's to keep you warm. I remember as a kid standing near enough to the fire to keep warm, but not so near that it burned my face because it's giant fire. Just standing there thinking, this is the best place to stand. Just this far. If I don't want to go further away from the fire because I'll be cold, but if I'm too close, I'll be too hot. So I'll just stand here. Just like my toffee apple melting, just melt my toffee apple, throw that fucker in the fire. You have a couple of bites on that. Your toffee apple, that sounds nice. Toffee, I like toffee. Toffee sweets. Can I have that then? Toffee sweets. And what they've done is they've caramelised sugar on the outside of an apple. Just caramel. So you bite it like that, crunch. And it's hard and crunch. And so you get a bite of the sugar, and that's nice. But then all the rest of it crunches and crumbles and falls off. And now I've just got an apple on a stick. And then I'm eating an apple on a stick thinking, this is a fucking apple on a stick here, mate. I'd have preferred it without the stick jaffed in it. I'd have just had the apple without the stick jaffed in it. Why do we have to have it on a stick? It's just an apple. Stick jaffed in it and sugar. Oh, no, it's special. It's special apple, special apple. Mate, that's not sweets. This isn't the winter festival of fucking cakes, is it? It's one apple. An apple. Not a chocolate bar, an apple. With some sugar on it. Sugar apple. You promised me toffee apple. I got the worst dessert I've ever had. Worse than spotted dick, and it took me 3 weeks to get rid of that. Listen, there's a dessert in the UK called spotted dick, if anyone was unaware of that pun. It's bread pudding with raisins. We don't go all out on desserts in the UK. We don't go all out with it's bread pudding, which by which I mean bread, eggs, milk, some sugar, bread pudding, and a few raisins and sultanas for the spots on the dick. So yeah, so we don't have nice sweets. We don't have any of that. It's not like America with your candy canes and your sherbet or whatever. We don't have any of that. We have a toffee apple, a hot dog, or a burger. You don't have both. Take your pick, kids. We're not made of money. Hot dog or a burger. You don't need to have both. Hot dog or a burger, which one do you want? Choose now, because I have to get fucking, have to get to the bar. And like I said, the rugby club bonfire was the best because there was a bar. You could go indoors and you could just drink at the bar. That was a good one. You go there, you arrive, you look at the fire. Oh, there it is. All right, get me in the bar. And then on the way out, you see the fire again as you're walking out. And you're like, oh, I'll go and walk in that way. No, don't. Somebody get him back. And then that's it. You're home. There's no extended period of outside. Nobody in November wants to spend extended. Nobody in November in the UK wants to spend extended periods in the outdoors after dark. It's just not. It's not enjoyable. Pies. You see, there you go. Pies. You have all pies and different kinds of ice cream and vegan ice cream and gelato or whatever. You have all different kinds of. Oh, that would be lovely, wouldn't it? A festival of pies. Why don't we do that? Why? And Halloween's. You've made a good thing of Halloween. It's all about candy and dressing up and having fun. But in our country, Halloween's about like the occult and it's like we made a festival out of the scariest, horrible, scary, isn't it? Halloween's supposed to be scary, witches and the occult. Like it's not cakes. And Christmas is all right. You have a feast at Christmas. You're not allowed to. Don't eat the Christmas food yet. It's not Christmas yet. Don't eat the Christmas food. But it's in the cupboard and it's like December the 23rd. Can't I just have a nut? No, don't eat the Christmas food. Wait till everyone's around the house and touched it. Wait till all the other guests have had their go touching it before you eat it. I just want to eat some nuts. Isn't it all right to open the nuts? No, they're saved for Christmas. Like, look, Christmas is all right. You've got food accompanying you with it. But other cultures, it's not like in the UK we've done, but other cultures, we've got Easter. You have Easter eggs, Easter eggs. Easter eggs. They're now they're chocolate eggs in the modern era, but they didn't used to be. They used to just be eggs. Like, we haven't gone all out with the nice food and why not? What's wrong with having a bit of enjoying your celebrations? What's wrong with it in other countries? I've seen them. I've seen you in America. Enjoying yourselves. I've seen them in other countries as well, having festivals with food. In Spain, they have like a paella festival in this one village, and they make a giant paella, which now I wouldn't want to eat because I'm vegan, but the concept's still brilliant. They get a great big pan out, they're all there cooking it, stirring it, making a great big like food thing together, and then they all eat it, don't they? All have a bit of it. All yummy food. The best we have, they do a pig roast at the bonfire. I don't want any pig roast, thanks. That's the best we get though, pig roast at the bonfire. I don't want any of that. But like for kids, it can be exciting. Halloween, I've not been in America for any festivals or anything, no. And you have Thanksgiving. That's just one way you just go all out with the food for no reason. It's not a God festival or nothing. Like, we only have the God festivals, Halloween, and Halloween's like big for the festivals. But like you have all fun. Yeah, we do trick or treat. We do have that. We do trick or treat, and we've Americanized our Halloween over the last 20, 30 years. But when I was growing up, Halloween was make a pumpkin to ward off evil spirits. There was a lot of talk of the occult. We talk ghost stories. We try and do something spooky. There might have been a bit of a party vibe with like, witches and costumes. Yes. Trick-or-treating for candy. Yes. Sweets, we called it. But generally, it was not a big thing. It was just like you say, something for kids. And as you grow up, you go through a sort of teenage phase of ghost hunting or telling spooky stories, or then you get parties where it's a Halloween party, so we're drinking. And then you're an adult and you're just drinking for any reason. So, we don't make such a big thing of it in my childhood, but we did trick-or-treating a little bit. But, most adults these days don't want their kids going around knocking on the neighbours' doors. And what was always funny in our area as well is you'd have these gypsy kids, and literally, like, the gypsy parents would drive them up to your door, everyone's door. They'd drive them around the neighbourhood, 2 days before Halloween, dressed as a fucking ghost with a thing on, like a sheet, on, trick or treat. And because it's not trick or treat day, it's not Halloween, you haven't got anything. So they're like, can I have £1? And then you just give them £1. So they just go begging for money and using Halloween as an excuse. But yeah, we do the sexy nurse and all that. These days, you'll see that in the UK. You'll have Halloween parties where, you know, the youth of today will be doing it just like in America. But we have not traditionally gone as all out with all that stuff as you do in America. No sexy. It's not about sexy. If you're doing a Halloween party in the UK, what I was growing up with and seeing, nobody was sexy anything. Everybody was grotesque everything, like, you know, hands cut off or arrow through the head, or oh, where's my eye, you know, all that sort of stuff. It was that, but it was not so much sexy. And yeah, kids now have Hollywood costumes. That's true. But yeah, we were all just like a bit of fake blood and that sort of shenanigans. Yeah, Halloween's not such a big one. Well, it wasn't when I was growing up. And you have the outdoor chuffing aspect of that as well, walking around the neighbour's house, knocking on the doors for candy. Outdoors. Why has everything got to be outdoors in the winter? Christmas, you're not outdoors. Oh, you are as well. Carol singing, we do in the UK. You go around singing carols to the neighbours. You go on a lovely walk on Christmas Day morning and it's cold. We're always out in the winter for our festivals. We're not feeding ourselves up nicely with nice foods. We haven't got like a celebration of like Christmas cakes or paella. Well, not that I want paella, but, you know, I want more. What it is it's past my dinner time. I'm here chatting shit on the internet, and it's past me. I'm hungry, so I want food, and I've started talking about paella and chuffing cake. So there's a sexy version of every character for sale in the shops. Sexy Velma from the Jetsons. Who's been sitting there thinking, you know what I need in my life? It's a bit more sex out of my childhood cartoons. Like, who was growing up watching these cartoons thinking, me and Velma, like, honestly, and maybe it's just me because I had Scooby-Doo as well. They had them running around that. I didn't get any, you know, fetish kicks out of any of it. I don't know. Maybe I was missing a trick. It's a bit like this though, isn't it? It's a bit like this game. Genshin Impact's a bit like that. It's a bit like all the sexy costumes, isn't it? You could do a real good Halloween, Genshin Impact Halloween party, couldn't you? Look at it doing the looking. Where is my party setup? Let's set up a party, a Halloween party. Look. They've all got the clothes on. No, they're not that bad, are they? They're not so bad. Noelle's all covered up. Rosaria's a bit of a fruit. Amber's got the shorty shorts. I'm sure you could get some quite cheeky Amber costumes on the go. You know, you could adapt them, couldn't you? You could adapt them. Who else have we got? Lisa. That's a proper Halloween costume. That's a proper one. It combines all the elements. She's got the stockings and the sexy, but she's also a witch. And she's got, like, for me, I find enough of her covered up for me to find it acceptable. No, I don't mind, like, if my girlfriend came downstairs and was like, oh, I'm going out dressed in nothing, I'd be like, you know, fair enough if you want to do that. But if she did it all the time, I'd be like, you know what, maybe we don't go out with each other because I don't like hanging around with someone who makes me feel like on edge because they're dressed in nothing. Like, free to do what you want. I'm not like, it's just me. It's just the way I feel. It's just like, and maybe I shouldn't judge people by what they dress like. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'd enjoy, having a nudist as a girlfriend, but I don't know if I would. And me personally, I don't like. I'm not like, my physique is acceptable. Nothing. Not worried about that. But I don't be like, oh yeah, let's get my top off. And if I do, and I'm in the town, even though when I was younger, I just don't care, you know, have a beer, get my top off, we're out by the river, go into a shop, whatever. But now I'm a bit older, I actually do think, hang on, wait, if you're going to go in a shop, put a shirt on. Just put your shirt on. There's kids around, you know, you're all walking around with your belly out and your tattoos and your nipple piercings. Well, I don't have my nipple piercings in anymore. But, you know what I mean? No, just put your shirt on. If you're just in society, if people are eating their sandwiches, if you're going in a restaurant, just put your shirt on. Don't all naked all the time. I'm not like that inhibited, but I'm also a bit like prudish in a way that I just don't think we need to all be like. And the same goes for this like hypersexualization thing. Like, how do I explain it? Like, strippers don't really make me that like turned on, like you know, in like lap dancing and strip dancing and all that, and like you see it on the telly, or in The Sopranos is a good example. They've got the strippers in The Sopranos because they run themselves out of a strip club, and when I see it going on, I'm not like, oh look, they're naked. I'm a bit like, oh, just they're naked, like just could you someone get her a towel? It's just instinct from me. I just don't know, you know, that's just how I feel. So there you go. I've ruined it now at the end. I was all cool all episode, wasn't I? With my hip hop and my old manning it and my new concept of a custard and cake festival. Vegan custard and cake festival instead of bonfire night. And then for the last 10 minutes, I've blown it by saying I don't like Kinky Lisa. But I prefer it if they, you know, I'm not a prude. Am I? Am I a prude? I might be. I just find that's a bit much, isn't it? And like, if you were walking around, that bit of dress would be flapping. It's like Lady Gaga and Beyonce. Like, I guess on the music videos, you want to go all out, I guess. But if you were walking around like that from day to day, I'd be like, fucking hell. So honestly, that I don't want to be the guy that says to somebody, is that what you're wearing? Because I've gone out dressed basically like that in my time. Bottom line, you know, I've gone out dressed basically like that in my time. But I just think, like, you know, if we're going to Tesco, it's a bit much, isn't it? Like, I'm all right in just my joggers. Pair of jeans, t-shirt, snazzy jumper, I'm away. Like, just calm down. All right, listen, you be good, my little podcast. I am actually going to go and get my dinner now because it is officially dinner time. And I have to cook that. I'll start off with a little starter, don't I? A little starter portion. I have to cook that. The main meal's not going to make itself. I'm a bit of a jingling myself, aren't I? So get the slime condensate out. Let's go. So you be good, my little podcast. No, don't Uber me something. I'll cook the food in the cupboards. I'll cook the food. Don't do that. It's Sunday night anyway. The takeaways are probably not doing the best business on Sunday night, are they? The people that work in the takeaways have probably had a hard weekend of it. They don't want someone at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock forcing them to start chuffing something up now. It is their business. Maybe they do enjoy that. Maybe they think this is good because there's the money coming in. But maybe they're like, look, just cleaning the kitchen down now. Oh, another chuffer. Right, just leave them to it. I'll do my own dinner. Thank you very much for the offer. Thank you very much for the offer. I'm very grateful. You be good, my little podcast, and I'll see you, what day? Tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow we're back on stream, aren't we? Hopefully I'll do a good one. I don't know if I'm going to get to the bottom of the free energy thing. There's still a bit of astrophysics that I need to learn, but we'll see how far we get with it, all right? So 2 p.m. GMT, learning about free electricity and Tesla, of all things. I never thought I'd be doing a stream on that. And 8 p.m. GMT, conspiracy theories and how they affect our mental health on Twitch. You be good, and I'll see you in on.